What are we talking about before we record?
Like this. No.
What?
This finger.
I almost want to leave this in because we're teaching for how to pack chew.
Back when I used to chew when I duck hunted.
Back when you were a man?
No. Did I tell that story? I told you that story, didn't I? Cody and Brady, why I stopped chewing? I pulled my duck call apart after the season, and I was like, it was the worst fucking smell I've ever smelled in my life. And I'm like, okay, that's disgusting. I'm gonna stop chewing. That's gross. And then I couldn't fully stop. So then I kind of stopped, and I went to
Hey,
backed my way off the real stuff.
what's your? Is the producer in charge here? I thought you were chief content officer over here. Guy's been barking me around all day. I wanted to look at you. He's now yelling at me. I'm out of the frame.
Yeah, you might have
He's
moved
the
your chair a little
podcast
bit.
producer.
He yells at me though.
You have to
Very
come close and
intense
tight.
going on here.
Yeah. That's why we don't have very many guests.
If you get Rogan on here, you're gonna yell at him about.
Yeah. Well, he will.
You're welcome.
Before we record, though, what are we going to talk about? Oh, I heard this might be a 30-minute intro to the last one. We might just make that a podcast.
I know you big timed us. We were in a prep meeting. You missed it. You skipped it.
I had a lot of meetings. Back to back to back.
Classic Brady comeback.
Classic Brady.
I touch a lot of parts of this business.
I went from one thing to the next to the next. I didn't get to breathe. Kevin's like, "Did you see my Slack?" I'm like, "No." When did you Slack me? He's like, "Oh yeah."
We got to let Trail know what we want to do too, and see if he's cool with it before we release it.
Oh, I think he'll be game.
I think he will too.
I've been talking about we were going to do a podcast today with him. I said next week what we're doing. He's like, "Yeah, you're helping me, Brady, right now. Whatever you want to do."
Well, I just, this means a lot, I haven't been invited on the podcast for like a year. And I just, last time I got ripped on my dry January thing. And so hopefully
You have been
guys are
invited.
nice.
You just don't accept.
hopefully you guys are nicer.
Everyone else who's invited just pushes their calendar to make it work, except you. So then we just do something else.
Yeah, it's very true.
Well, I appreciate the invite. I just want you to know I'm not going to, I know you're the big boss around here. Everyone kisses up. I'm not going to kiss your butt on this, okay? So
Yeah, hardly everyone kisses up for sure.
So I'm going to shoot it straight, okay? What do we talk about here?
Talking about you.
This is the Porter podcast.
Oh, this is the Porter podcast? Oh, this isn't. Big Hunt guys. Thank you.
Big Porter guys.
Oh, Big Porter guys. Oh, thank you. I don't want this to be all about me. We could talk about my outcome, but we also should talk about your sheep hunt because it's kind of an intense week right now. We're both kind of.
It's extremely intense for me.
Stressed.
It's not just an intense week. He literally leaves tomorrow.
Yeah, it's really intense. I'm very my mental capacity right now is not very good. Because I'm preoccupied with shit in my head about what's packed and what's not, and how am I going to get it down to the most amount of bags so I can. And then I'm so stressed if everything's going to show up, and then clear customs, and then this, and it's a thing.
So you were gone with Omar for 2 weeks. You came home
9 days.
Your pregnant wife had moved into a new house.
Yes.
And you were here for a week, and now you're leaving.
7 days, and now I'm leaving.
And
I was here for 9 days. I was gone for 9 days, here for 9 days. Now I'm leaving for 12 days.
Remember the joke earlier? We said we'd never get to see each other.
Yeah,
It almost happened.
It did almost happen. It
was
got really
very
close.
tight.
It was really close.
Well, we were just looking at our calendars. I'm not going to see you for 3.5 weeks after tomorrow.
Yeah, correct. Long time.
It's a long time. Yeah, I'm like I can relate to a lot of what you're describing.
But mine's not like fill the truck and drive and be at the trailhead and that's not that stressful because we do it so much. So everything's just ready to go. When you're internationally flying and checking bags and it's like holy shit.
And you don't know in your duration of any of those areas you're going your stuff's going to make it there.
Or if I'm delayed and then I can't fly into camp and then have to overnight
and then a storm hits.
And a storm. It's the whole thing up there. It's
very tight weather windows. This is why Porter.
This is why he's not invited.
I don't want to say it fully. I'm glad Lorenzo ended that statement.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Porter.
I got ADD.
It's different, man. It's different. And I've never been more nervous for a hunt. So, I don't know.
I started a group this morning though.
Yeah, it was solid. I'm shooting as good as I've ever shot. So hopefully that stays. I'm also shooting more than I've ever shot. Doing these little like actually real process practice, not just blind practice, not fun practice or enjoyable like therapy shooting the bow.
You're not just going 30 yards, nice sunny day, no wind, flat ground.
Yeah.
You shoot a sheep with your bow in October in Canada.
It's pretty cool.
That's legit.
Yeah.
I do feel like, as the self-proclaimed boot king, though, of the office, I do need to go on record about questioning your boot selection going into an October Canadian.
Okay, here we go. Yes.
You don't need to question my boot selection. You said it yourself, the self-proclaimed boot king.
I shouldn't have said that because it's everyone refers.
If anybody is the boot king, wouldn't it be me? I've never had my feet chewed up, not a single time. In my entire hunting career, I've never had my feet get chewed up.
Mm-mm. No, you know what that's like? You're like if we both played like professional football, right? You're the athlete who just God gave you the talent, and you don't have to try that hard. And you're a top athlete. There's no joke, right? Like everyone knows you're the best.
So
right?
way to discount every top athlete is just it's all skill.
You're just
it's just all skill.
I'm more of like the Brady who got drafted, in the 4th round.
Tom Brady or Brady?
No, Tom Brady.
Oh, okay.
And had to diet and train and try really hard because my feet are not as.
Because I don't diet and I don't train and I don't.
We're talking about boots.
I don't prepare my gear.
No. We're just talking about the feet.
What you are saying though does make a lot of sense. You've had to try multiple different things to figure out what works for you.
Correct.
So you do have a lot of experience.
I've had to try what works for me.
Everything works for you. Your feet are perfect.
No, I can't wear Hanwags. I absolutely cannot wear Hanwags. I've tried them. I can't wear Scarpas. I've tried them. Like I've tried and put boots to the test over and over and over again.
You don't try as hard as me though.
Because you're gifted.
Because I'm just gifted.
His feet
Feet are gifted.
He earns everything else. His feet he doesn't try that hard. He doesn't break in his boots. He can just take them off the shelf and just go, and not worry. No anxiety.
No,
doesn't bring tape.
I am capable of doing that and not running a huge risk. But my mammoots, I blew the sidewall out before I even took them on my elk hunt.
You were wearing those around a little bit before. But in all seriousness, I'm giving you shit about you obviously do know boots. I'm just going on the record. There's a pure synthetic early season boot that you are taking. I know you're doing it for the athletic feel.
No, I'm doing the mammoots, the ones that I feel the most athletic in, and I will prefer to wear. But I am also taking the Salewa Ortles Ascent, which are Gore-Tex lined and insulation.
Yeah.
And I'm flying commercial. You're not even taking 2 boots in a truck to Colorado.
I am taking.
So this is my point about the Boot King. I had to press you on, and why would you not just take both boots just in case you're in a truck to drive out there? I'm flying international, and I'm bringing 2 different pairs of boots.
I am 100% bringing 2 different boots. Just mentally, I like to commit to a pair and make a connection with them, and it's going to be my hunt box.
Well, this is what we were talking about before. On your hunt, it could be 55 or it could be 5.
Right.
Same with me. If it's 55, I'm going to wear the mammoots, the Tice GTX.
Right.
If it's 5, I'm going to wear the Salewas Ortal Edge.
That's valid. Are the black ones or the
black ones?
Yeah.
Can we quickly explain your thoughts on leather boots, Mr. Boot King? I want to hear it publicly talked about your I don't know if hatred is a word that I should use.
Bias. Hatred might be the word.
Have you ever seen Paul demoing boots with people and I walking out to take my dogs out or something? Yeah. I'll just derail the combo and steal it from Paul in the showroom. Look, I'm a reasonable. I have strong opinions at times, and leather boots just aren't my thing.
They just look too old school for you?
I get the reason they definitely last longer.
Yeah.
You have to take care of them, and all this synthetic don't last as long. I love the breathability. I just prefer synthetic for sure.
You like lighter boots?
Lighter. When they get too bulky feeling, I don't feel as nimble, and I feel blocky. I feel like I'm in a ski boot, kind of big and whatever. Sometimes you have to, right? Like the super late season stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't hate's a strong word.
You're toning it down right now on the podcast. You're definitely toning
I
it
haven't
down.
ran a leather boot
The
in like 8
conversations,
years.
I just remember you come in my office like, Brady, you're such a technical hunter. You're one of the most technical guys I know. And here you are wearing these 5-pound leather boots. And you're such a technical guy.
Well, that is very true. So when when I give you shit, okay, it's about a couple things. You will literally bring in 10 things of TP. Cody and I were talking about this.
1 ounce.
1 ounce of TP,
Yep.
which is disgusting. No hand sanitizer. Pro tip, by the way, that was you. Can I get some of that hand sanitizer? That
You
wasn't
never
in-
done. You weren't been wearing contacts longer than me.
Oh, dude, we didn't get into that.
A
I lost.
personal bag. Yeah, you're at 65 pounds without even personal.
I have a whole system for contacts. We can talk about that in a second. I didn't talk about that in the gear.
We're going to come back to this hand sanitizer
Okay,
too.
but you're 1 ounce of TP.
Yep.
Okay, you'll like sometimes you won't even bring a toothbrush. Sometimes I don't know. That's a maybe kind of thing. You have a lot of optional, but then you'll have 6-pound boots, a 16-pound gun, and you have literally packed a BTX in.
Yeah,
before,
BTX 115.
which is it's just
I'm back
Can't kill him
on.
if you can't find him.
Yep, it's true.
so
Can't shoot him if you don't have a good gun.
Your setup is unique for sure. So
It's
I
very
do
unique.
give
Yeah,
you.
I open myself up for criticism, and I do enjoy,
I
enjoy
disagree.
hearing Porter's comments.
I honestly disagree, and I'm not just being biased to protect my man on the big hunt guys here, but like when you look at Brady's nuance for what he is or who he is, it is all directly for the task at hand. Nothing is outside of that. Like it is all direct. You can't kill what you can't find. Can't kill what you can't hit, and that's his gun. And if you have bad feet and you're not set up for the terrain, you ain't doing shit anyways.
I hear you on the optics.
The reason why his is so nuanced is because like he's so out of whack, but that's on only the things that are truly for that task.
His rifle setup is hard to argue. He is one of the best shots I've ever seen. That Wyoming shot you had is still
pretty cool.
incredible. The boots, though, he is such a mountain hunter. His boots are always so heavy and bulky. You don't
But for the terrain he hunts, there's something to be said that like that is better.
see, yeah.
I also love hearing your talks about boots towards me. It's really funny.
It's never what I would have guessed.
I know it's kind
That's
of
why he opens himself up because he's nuanced about things, but they are things just directly tied to getting it done.
I'm an ultralight hunter, and that's where I get made fun of. Because like, oh, you're an ultralight hunter. You cut your toothbrush. You cut all these tags off your clothes. You wear the lightest weight gear for a reason, so I can carry, like Lorenzo says, the heavy optics, the heavy rifle.
Yeah.
I can cut toilet paper because I know exactly how much toilet paper I need. It's down to a science.
I don't know.
And then like you cut things you can cut, but you keep the
If
important
I could
things.
trust myself that much, that would be fantastic. But I can't trust myself that much to know exactly what that's going to be like.
Yeah.
I would have anxiety like that. I'm going to run out and
Yeah.
I need toilet paper and wipes just in case you get into a sticky situation. You got to have both. Extra weight. That's just.
I think I'm kind of just like an old school hunter too. I do like the look of a good beat up, scarred up leather boot. Love me some pack boots.
But
You are an old school
Do you
man.
remember when we first started working with him? He was a Solomon. He wouldn't even have any ankle support, right? He was a young buck. And remember, you and I would be like, dude, no ankle support, no ankle support.
Ankle sport's a myth. I will
In
still
this
say
thin
that to
air
this
in
day.
Colorado, he was in Solomons. You guys were like 12 miles deep, and he had zero ankle support.
Yeah.
With those little, you used
Yeah,
to hunt out.
Speakoff 3s at the time.
Yeah, like the approach shoes.
That's when he was a bow hunter.
Yeah.
I like those for early season because I like to be able to feel the terrain. Again, that's using a tool for a specific job. So I wanted to be able to feel. I could stalk in those. I could step on a stick and feel over it instead of cracking that stick. I could just adjust my foot to move over it. I could grip a rock if I'm on
That's
a
how I
slippery
feel
rock.
on those mammoots. That's
Like,
exactly
there's
how I
certain
feel.
things I think, but like I know when I'm going in, I'm going in a little bit lighter because my pack's whatever my pack weight is. But then when I'm coming out, it does suck because now I have 110 pounds, deer hide, a rack, all my gear coming out. So coming out does suck in like lightweight shoes. But the whole time when I'm hunting, my feet are just fresh. It is light every single day. That's early season. Going to late season hunts, I transitioned over into a leather boot, not for support or anything, but just for the terrain, wetness. Like it works then. There's different. go different ways based on the season, based on the weapon, based on the terrain.
There is one particular hunt that took place, and I bet you can guess. I'm not even going to say, you came back from that hunt, and you were very different when it came to feet and boots, and you have always been super conservative since that hunt.
Yeah.
What hunt was that?
Was that
Below zero.
Yeah.
Him and Neville, he couldn't feel his toe for like 6 months.
I
And
literally ordered I got a little bit of cell phone service on the mountain. I literally ordered pack boots with a little bit of cell phone service and drained my battery and ordered them so I could have them for my next hunt because I needed insulated
he
boots
has
badly.
been so conservative about
What were you
insulated-
wearing at first?
I think I was just wearing an uninsulated pair of Loas, if I recall.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah, those Loa Tycams.
And
Tycam
you-
2s.
Yeah. He was never the same after that.
Yeah. That was bad.
Well, it's a learning experience.
Yeah. No, it's not bad. It's good.
He has manipulated his kit for the task at hand with everything he's learned in the past. That's like what
good.
you're supposed to do.
Yeah. No, it's good.
But it's not good. You just told him you give him shit for all of his back boots and all this stuff.
The irony in it, when you look at his setup, is just funny to me. It's so heavy certain places and so light. It's like there's no balance to it, which is great. It's unique, right?
It's unique. I like
Still
being
gonna give you
unique.
shit.
I disagree with the there's no balance to it. I think it's perfectly balanced.
How
For
many
what it
people
is.
do you know that backpack in for 9 days in Idaho with a BTX?
I think there are too many people that lock themselves into a particular thing, like being ultralight all the way through. Like, why? You're a hunter. Who gives a shit about being ultralight
Right.
all the way through? Like, we're not trying to
And
pack what's that trail called where you go 30 days? Whatever that trail is.
Pacific Trail.
Yeah,
whatever.
the North Trail or whatever. Like, yeah, those guys are ultralight the whole way through because that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's the task at hand. Our task is wildly different. Can't kill what you can't find.
Yeah, I get it.
and sure, I could cut some weight and carry a really ultralight tripod with the BTX, and it might work. But like, okay, now I'm gonna be glassing. All of a sudden, it's gonna be like 15-mile-an-hour wind one day.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be really upset that I tried to cut weight in areas that I shouldn't cut weight on because now that tool is not valid in the terrain based on the wind, and I can't glass. So
You're only getting 70% of the tool you just brought.
yeah, so I should have not brought that then. But or I could bring a little heavier tripod with a heavier optic. Find those deer. I can find them 4 miles away when no one else can be able to glass over there. I can find them.
I'm pointing out that it's unique. If you do, he takes his peak refuels out of the container. If you're gonna
just to save like
a half ounce, and he packs a BTX. If you guys aren't gonna admit this is unique,
Ounces?
I don't even know.
I'd said it is unique. It is unique, but there is a method to the madness.
I agree.
Is my
I agree.
point.
No, he goes heavy where it counts.
I'm going
I
to
mean,
highly disagree with the ankle support as a myth. I may be blessed with tough feet. You are blessed with very good ankles and knees. And if you had a bad knee, you would understand.
well, my thought
There's
is
a whole hip, knee, ankle, and it's all in line. And the more you can support each of one of those three, the better off the other two are.
So NBA players should be playing basketball in high boots. They cut back and forth all the time. I'm just saying I was a basketball player my whole life.
They
and
also have
shoes
no-
have gotten lower and lower and lower as years progress.
They also have no weight on their back. They have zero weight on their back, and they're also on a completely
they have
flat.
Shaq on their back pushing against them. That's a lot
and
of
they're-
weight on their back.
And they
You're
also
dating
has your
yourself.
ankles.
Shaq has been retired.
Shaq's pushing on someone as they're playing, and that guy's ankles ain't getting stressed
They're-
out.
they're
Shaq
on-
pushing
Are high
behind them
tops
playing
not
deep.
in anymore?
They're
I'm about to Google
on an
this.
absolute 0 degree level, like 0 all the way through. The flat is all flat can get, and there's give
You're landing
in that,
on
and there's
ankles.
give in that. It's a special floor, and there's give, and it's the task at hand. It's the task at hand. We have crazy amounts of weight on our back. We're side hilling, uphill, downhill. We're never on flat ground ever.
I know. I just
one
feel
ankle or
like
one
people
knee.
should be strengthening their ankles.
Oh, I don't disagree with that at all. But to say that that's a myth.
Are basketball shoes getting lower and lower? I didn't know
Yes.
that. Are they?
But if you really want to get
That's a good
into
looking shoe.
If you really want to get into what you're pressing on, is there's what was the word you used? There was no balance.
I'm walking into something.
Let's go
here.
through your kit. If there's no balance, let's go through your kit. I want to understand the rhyme or reason for everything.
We didn't talk about. Well, so are you guys setting the stage that we're doing the gearless video after this, or
That's part of this, but we'll get into that.
okay? When do you want to talk about my eye kit? Now or after?
If you want to keep deflecting, you can talk about your eye kit now.
Let's talk about your eye kit, because this is something I told you. I hinted at you earlier. I had a little segment for you that I talked to Trail about. He wants me to bring up.
Oh, God.
The Trail can't be with us
We
today.
all three wear contacts, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
all three of us.
I have a problem. I have not been able to figure out how to put contacts on in the dark or without light.
Yeah.
Or in the dark without a mirror.
Yep. We dealt with that in Wyoming.
Yeah. It's a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm just committing to glasses. So I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna put I got these little like athletic Oakley looking glasses. I meant to bring them today, and I'm gonna glass.
Wait, what?
Yeah, like I have to. So morning glass.
Oh, looking through glass with glasses on is such a nightmare,
dude. There was times in Wyoming where it took me 30 minutes to get my contacts in, and we were burning daylight.
You bring a little Polly Pocket mirror, one of them little tiny the little oyster-looking mirrors. That's what I bring.
I need natural light though, because if it's in the dark and my headlamp is in the mirror back at me, I can't.
You
see it.
hang the headlamp at the top. There's a little thing at the top of your tent. Hang it there, and then you have your little Polly Pocket mirror, and that's what I do.
We were trying to use his phone at one point. Like you flip the camera on, use a front facing camera.
Yeah.
He was trying to use that. We were trying to shine some flashlights in a different angle to get it on there so you could pop them in.
Huh.
And a couple times it put us 20 minutes behind the morning hunt, and it's stressful, right? Morning's always better than evening.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I will try to do the contacts. If not, I'm going to commit to glasses until that morning hunt's over, and then there's no stress.
Yeah.
It's like when there's full daylight, I can put.
What if you pick up a bull right at first light?
I'm going to kill it with glasses and look like a stud.
Oh.
If I shoot a bigger bull than Brady with glasses on, is that an extra? That's got to be something.
To look through a scope with glasses on is
so
giving me
hard.
so much anxiety. Have you tried that?
No, I haven't.
Okay, that's a problem.
We were talking about breaking in boots.
That's
you should
a
probably
problem.
break in your glasses situation on
Should
some
I
optics.
start wearing glasses at the range?
Yeah.
That's a problem.
I know it's a problem.
To look, I don't know
what to do.
what it is about me, and I know some people do, because some people wear only glasses. They don't wear contacts, and I know some hunters that are like that, and they're really good hunters. But for me, to have glasses on and looking through glass it is just not possible. I can't do it.
Yeah. So I'll give you a little thing. So where I find it difficult, so when I go to the rifle range, the public rifle range, where you have to wear eyeglasses protection when you're shooting a rifle, I will have to put my rangefinder up to range something, and it's so hard for me to see through the rangefinder. I will cheat and drop my glasses down and then put my rangefinder up so it's closer to my eye. It's actually hard to hold the rangefinder up to your eyes, similar to binos. Like I used to have glasses way back in the day and hunted with them, and putting your binos up, sure, you can adjust your eye cups and all that, but it is a totally different feeling.
I know.
Something you have to get used to.
It's just, I didn't have glasses in Wyoming. At least that gives me something.
Something from the morning, so you'll put your contacts in the middle of the day?
I mean, ideally not, but worst case, yes.
Okay.
Like where I can,
Where you have natural light and
at
stuff?
least hike, I can get somewhere. When there's natural light and I can put my phone with the camera turned around in like a pine tree, I'm money. It's this weird angle. I just never practiced at
interesting
home.
to me. Yeah.
At home, I'm always looking
You should
straight
practice
at
at home.
I should. I need
Yeah,
to
because
train. So I'm not the eye king. I am the boot king and the undie king.
I'm so new to contacts compared to you two. Like I'm
Yeah,
what,
I could
4 years
probably
in?
pop a contact out and literally like just push my eye down and drop it in.
I could do it right now.
You did that in Wyoming. You showed
Yeah.
me.
I literally could take a contact out right now and put it back in.
Oh, no way. It's a whole thing. We'd have to stop. We'd have to.
But this is something
You got
though
practice.
This is an important discussion. It's
I have some anxiety around it.
And then the main reason I bring hand sanitizer in is for my contacts. I'm not trying to get an eye infection back there.
This is the discussion I had with Trail. Trail was he was saying, "Oh yeah, Porter was calling me the whole time you were moose hunting, asked me all sorts of gear questions. Started talking about hand sanitizer. He's like, do you bring hand sanitizer?" And Trail's like, "No." Like, what do you do with your bloody dirty hands? He's like, just rub it on sagebrush, grab some aspens, rub it around, grab some dirt. Hands are clean.
I wanted to find that as clean.
And so I was like, Trail, I should explain my reasoning to Porter. Like, I have contacts. I need contacts. Every day I'm popping them out. I have dailies, so I just chuck them away. Never have hand sanitizer. And I was like, what I do is just spit on my hands. Rub it around. Hands are clean. That's clean to me.
Dude, you need to.
Rub
Is
it,
that
like-
doctor certified is clean?
I've never, knock on wood.
I mean, there's no, like, you're not clean back there anyways. I understand what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
I'm totally good with it. But the amount of eye infections that can come from just random stuff, and I have really bad eye allergies. So like I don't have terrible allergies where people like sneeze and get like the whole flu and cough symptoms and all that stuff. I get really watery eyes. I have like my eyes are the main thing. They itch and burn, and I have like more eye allergies. And if that's on my hands when my contacts are and all that, and I put them in, I'm toast.
Okay, that could be something different. Yeah, because I don't have that.
You also should clean your hands if you're touching your eyes. It's just my 2 cents. Just
The
my
only,
2
the,
cents.
the only time I ever get nervous is when I kill a bear or I kill some mountain lions, and then I have that on my hands.
On your hands, yeah.
Okay, it's that kind
See,
of
the eye is the
It should.
portal. The eye is the portal to sickness.
Yeah.
You don't have kids, but when your kid comes home from school and has a little bit of cold, and he just gives you one of those surprise attack sneezes right in your eye, guaranteed you have what he has. Guaranteed. Is that not true?
100%.
The eyes are like I don't mind breathing in his sneeze. If he gives me one of those surprise attacks right in my face and it
just
gets in my
gross.
eye, I have what he has.
I go take a shower right away.
So are you guys carrying a bottle of hand sanitizer or like hand sanitizer like wipes?
Just a little bottle. Just
a little tiny, like, travel
thing. Yeah,
bottles?
The little tiny. I literally only use it for contacts. That's the only reason why I use it. I put that on my hands, let them dry, and then I go from there to contacts, and then I do that, and then I'll never touch it again for the rest of the day.
What's that weight? 2 ounces, 3 ounces?
I don't
It might
know.
even be less than that, honestly. It's-
100% hand sanitizer. It was you and Omar, it was somebody. That was your pro tip. And then
Yeah.
Trail was laughing at me about it.
Well,
Trail was laughing for a
trail
while.
is
When
trail.
I called him earlier.
Trail is trail.
Oh,
There's
man.
just certain.
He wears contacts too?
No, trail does not wear contacts. Look, everyone has a cross to bear of like little things. Mine is my eyes will get so irritated, and like I protect my eyes.
Well, he doesn't poop in the backcountry either.
No, he does not.
Is that public? I didn't
Trail?
break that,
Yeah,
did I?
he's a Navy SEAL back
Trail,
there. No,
Trail
we-
can go literally, I think it was 5 or 6 days on the hunt I did with him
yeah.
once.
So if you don't do that, I mean, your hands probably
Yeah.
stay
His
clean.
body
He's a
freaks
Navy
out
SEAL.
when he travels.
yeah.
No
It
poop
literally-
and no contacts. He's probably all right.
Oh, he's good. He's good.
Yeah, you should practice that glasses thing
I know.
before you go.
I know. It's
I would definitely try to look through your scope before you shoot.
it was a problem in. I mean, the plan is to definitely have contacts in. It's just like what I don't want to do is be. You start getting in a bad place where it's just I'm in a bad angle and it's dark and like in the
Then you
tent.
start dropping contacts too. You start
Oh,
getting
then
them-
it
you start
becomes a
getting
whole
them dirty.
thing. I got to bring extra.
You've been wearing them for so much longer, though. How is
Long
that?
time.
How is that a thing?
At least 15 years. I don't know. It's just I only at home go right in the mirror. Like when I'm like truck camping, it's so easy. You just flip down the mirror. And
Yeah.
It's just in when I'm backpack hunting, I learned with you and then with Brandon that like it's a couple days. Like a couple days is fine. And then a couple days I was just on a bad run and I kept trying and failing and trying and failing and I'm like, and then like the sun's coming up and then I'm like I'm missing the morning hunt and then I'm like. And so I'm like, I gotta have glasses.
Isn't there something like in like a makeup kit or something like that where they have like little flip up things that might have a light built
Yes.
into it?
There
Yes,
is.
that's what I brought, but it's the angle. Like you're on your knees in your tent.
Oh,
And
yeah.
Go outside.
So outside when there's daylight, I'm good.
No,
So
go
when the
up.
camera, I put this in a pine tree, but the reverse, and I'm like, perfect. When it's like this, it's this. That's just like really awkward for me. First world problems.
I have
mean, it could
such
be
a
worse.
wake up. Have your glasses on. Get ready for the hunt. Get out of your tent. Walk outside. Put your phone on a pine tree and have Nate have his phone light like this right over you. It'd
That's
be
what-
just like the car. It'd be just like the truck.
Yeah.
The thing too I'll throw out there is if it's snowing, if it's raining, you can get all that rain, snow on your eyeglasses if you're trying to glass in the morning.
That is a backup. Like I had no backup, so it's like we aren't
Okay,
going
yeah.
anywhere until these things get in.
Yeah.
Remember that one morning? It was like it was
Oh, it
getting
was
awkward.
getting
It was like
really-
20 minutes. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, Porter, like freaking. So at
Yeah.
least the glasses just like is a.
Yeah.
It's definitely not Plan A.
Okay. Yeah, I just worry about you getting a bunch of moisture in your glasses. Now you can't see anything.
Fogged
and-
up. He's
yeah,
all fogged up over there. I can't see anything.
The windshield wipers with his fingers
Yeah.
going back and
Dude,
forth.
but how badass though? I'm in some straight up like athletic Oakleys, freaking behind a big old bull trophy pick.
Some like basketball goggles.
Yeah, like they look like that. I look like a nerd. Because I want him to like
Horace Grant, isn't that who
Horace
wore those?
Grant,
Yeah,
yeah.
Horace
Yeah.
Grant.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Anyway,
And the other thing, so you have asked Brady a million questions. You've asked Trail a million questions. You've asked me maybe like 100 questions. Well, I was talking to you about this in your office too. Everyone has their own way. Everyone's different, right? It's like how I eat and how I train probably wouldn't be the best for you and probably wouldn't be the best for Brady, but it's really good for me. It's like, it's one of those things where everyone's different. Everyone has their different style. And when you ask all those people their backcountry styles, it starts to like manipulate yours, and you start to change stuff that you do that works for you. Why would you change something that works for you?
I don't know. I just like to hear. I like to, I learn. Like I ask a lot. That's how I learn. So I just get different. So I ask like 5 people. If like 4 of 5 say something very similar, that's a good one. I just haven't done without llamas in a couple of years, right? So it's just a different setup. Like I'm really got to actually care about weight. Dude, with llamas, I mean, it's like a traveling hotel.
Yeah.
So
it's great.
It's amazing. So anyway, so the gear, I definitely have some gaps I got to tighten up. But from an e-scouting standpoint, from a planning standpoint, from a logistics standpoint,
you are I'm gonna take away the boot king from you. I'm gonna take that away. That was self-proclaimed, like you said.
He did
I'm gonna take that one away.
You heard it.
But I am
Does he
going
have that power?
But I'm going to give back to you the logistics and planning king.
Yep.
No one plans and prepares the logistics side of things the way Porter does. No one.
He knows exactly when to stop for gas, which towns have the best breakfast. Like he has it.
He knows it all.
And even on his e-scouting, when he was showing me his e-scouting plan the other day, he has so many waypoints already marked.
Yeah.
And he has so many backup plans, and they're legit plans.
Legitimate plans.
And he knows already exactly made distance to get in, how many hours it's probably going to take him to get in.
And he knows which one he's going to first and second and third and this and that. And it's like none of us put that much. Yeah, none of us put that much.
His hunt plan is money.
You want to hear it?
Yeah. Describe it to
me. Okay. So my unit's decent size, right?
Okay.
I have Nate coming in from Wyoming.
Nate the Great.
Nate comes over here, right? I'm going to Colorado, so he's over here. Scott and I are coming in from Vegas. We leave in 2 weeks. I can tell you like per hour like where we're going to be. So we arrive. The hunt opens on a Saturday. It's the first rifle, right? Opens on the Saturday. We are driving over. We're going to leave here at like 3 a.m. On Wednesday. Excuse me, on Wednesday. It's a pretty far drive, right? We're going to get there in time to evening glass. Nate is going to get there earlier because his drive's a lot less. There's 2 spots that we need to confirm that we have access through private to get to this area. So he's going to confirm that midday. And then he's going to check. The two main areas are completely away from each other. He's going to check this pocket that we really like Wednesday night. Scott and I are going to check a different pocket we like a lot Wednesday night.
On the south side.
On the south side, completely different parts of the unit. We're going to meet up in the middle of the unit. Thursday morning, we're going to go to, he's going to go to, there's this big canyon we like. He's going to get up on this knob and glass it from the south up in where he doesn't have to pull in quite yet. So that angle, we're going to do the same on our other like area that we like a lot. From the south side, look in. And then we're both going to pull in. So we're going to both pull around and dive in Thursday mid-afternoon. He's going to dive in. So Thursday night, we're going to spike out. Thursday night, we're going to be getting the other angle of that spot. He's going to get the other angle from that spot. We're going to do that Thursday night, move around a little bit in the same general area Friday morning. So by Friday morning, we will have covered 3 spots. He will have covered 3 spots. We will have covered 3 spots. So 6 total spots. And by Friday at noon, we're going to be interreaching each other going, you pull out and come to us, or we pull out and go to you, with the plan on Friday night being on a bull, Saturday morning for the opener. Because the hunt's only 5 days. Yeah. So like scouting is really critical, but there was like a lot of spots, and it's like, how do we cover it? And I thought that was the most efficient way.
He has it broken down to Nate's taking care of the north, they're taking care of the south. Yep. They're hitting the pockets first that they can glass from the road. Then they're hitting what they're going to backpack in from the south side before they actually pack into the backpack to make sure there's elk in there and what's going on. Elk are very social, especially this time of year. So if you see elk, there's going to be more elk. Yep. And so they're going to have the north side of the unit and the south side of the unit checked off before Friday afternoon.
Yep. And what I also like too,
And it's like they know exactly which roads they're going to be on and where they're going to have cell service to call each other, and then they're going to reach each other. They have the whole thing.
and what I like too, their plan is they're covering different aspects of the mountain.
Yeah.
They're not all just glassing a north facing slope or a west facing slope. They're covering it from different angles, kind of at the same time, but being able to see everything that you might not be able to see. Nate can see it, and so you'll really know everything there is to know about all these little pockets in different areas. You have a great game plan.
By the morning, 24 hours before the opener, should have like a really good feel for what's going on.
Yeah. So this is why too, it's also fun to hunt with Porter, because his hunt folder that he's going to share with those guys is already super dialed,
Super detailed.
coordinated,
No
good
questions.
waypoints, color coordinated,
Yep.
all dialed.
We have like a Porter 2023 elk folder, and Nate keeps like, dude, you keep adding waypoints. Every time I check it, there's like all this new things. I traced like the route for him to hike. Well, you and I were doing it the other day, like exactly where to pull in. We were looking at what meadow to cut through.
Yeah. Yeah, he's already even like, he was diving in the other day. We were looking at satellite imagery, trying to be like, all right, we could go, he can go this way, or potentially stay in this like trail area that might save a little bit of time, but it's gonna be a little bit longer. Or you can cut through all these meadows and avoid all this big blowdown timber, like trying to figure out all that stuff and dropping tracks on both places. Like maybe this other place is a better area, or maybe on the way out we should check out this area because it could be quicker. So that way later on we can come in that area like dialed.
Yeah,
Like,
And
super dialed.
That's the shit. That's why you're the logistics king. Because, like for me, I mean, I'm all about having spots and all that stuff. But like as far as picking the track I'm going to hike in, I'll just get there. Like, oh well, this is where I'm going. I'll figure it out. I'll just get to the top. Like whatever way possible.
Well, and from our unit profile, I got in touch with a member, an insider who had hunted the Muzzy in this area. And so we were sharing some information, things like that. That was helpful too.
You're a talker. You develop good plans. I did not reach out to one person for my New Mexico tag, not one, and I should have.
Well, if you're like, obviously we need to protect like our spots, but if you give a little to the community, a lot of times the community gives back, and it can. A lot of it's not like, hey, give me a pin of where a big bull is. It's like, hey, is this road open or not? Like
We've talked about it with trail a lot. It's all about what you hit the ground with too. So like if you do get lucky and somebody puts you in touch with somebody who knows a lot about the unit, you always start, right? Like this is advice that we've given on the podcast before. You always start with, hey, here's my hunt plan. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm going to hit. This is what looks good. And you run them through the entire game plan. So they obviously know that you put in a shitload of work. But if somebody all I would have really needed in New Mexico was somebody just to tell me, yeah, the road system is shit. Unless you have a side-by-side, it doesn't even matter for you. If I would have just been told that, I would have been like, oh.
I need to bring something. I need to
potentially figure that out.
And that's a completely different plan.
Totally different plan.
From Vegas to New Mexico, pure pickup truck or trail,
Yeah, and I would have ran him through my entire plan, and he would have said, yeah, that's not going to happen in your diesel.
Yeah.
And instead, I found out.
And you only get one fall every year. And
you only get one.
Nothing is worse than like you get there, you have this whole plan, and then it's like day 2, and you're like,
none of this works.
You're on plan G. You know?
And that's what I feel like is really great too. You're not putting all your eggs into one basket. All you guys aren't going to one spot and be like, all right, you glass off the backside, I'll glass off here. Well, the backside you might not be able to glass off because there's a bunch of trees there. So now you're all going to glass in the same spot anyway. Why you all need to glass in the same spot? You really don't. You should be moving around because you have multiple people. Like you're covering the unit like you're supposed to be covering.
Get a feel for it right away.
And that's the other thing too that you and I talked about in your office, Porter, is like I know the hunting campfire is fun and being with the boys is fun. It's so fun. And it's like that is part of hunting for sure. That's part of it. And I don't ever want to take away from that because it is one of my favorite parts for sure. But like it's not supposed to be a frat party because you're there for a reason. So like if you guys are traveling, you are doing it, take advantage of that campfire after you kill something and everything's situated. Don't be, not everybody needs to glass from the same knoll for the first 2.5 days. Like split up, spike out, go solo, and then take advantage of the days that you do have in hunt camp after that.
Exactly.
But not a lot of people
it's 2 days we'll be
don't
separate.
want to break up the frat party.
Right. We'll be separate 2 days, but we're doubling our intel.
Yeah.
I want to know what kind of comfort things you're taking in the mountain. Are you downloading some podcasts, downloading some tunes? You got
Oh,
some
yeah.
Netflix downloaded? Like,
Oh, yeah.
what is Porter taking you in the mountain to watch in your tent at night
I
or
will
to
have-
decompress?
I will have Netflix downloaded. I'll have podcast downloaded for sure.
What Netflix?
I will.
Is this a normal thing? Do you do this?
I solo hunts I do.
It's a game
I'll
changer.
listen to podcasts a lot. Because I don't have time, a lot of time to listen to this stuff in the real world. So I'm out there. I'll listen to a podcast for a little bit.
Remember when we were in Wyoming in the teepee and it was just dumping rain or snow or whatever that day at the storm, and I had Chris Rock comedy. I was laughing my ass off. Made the day go by.
Yeah. I mean, I work out to music and I love listening to podcasts. But for whatever reason, every time I'm like outside in the mountains, I've tried it before, music or whatever, and I don't like it. I like the silence. I like the sounds.
I'm talking only at night.
Yeah.
Glassing, you should be focused on glassing. You should not be listening to music. It's the whole like mental side of glassing. Your mind can only be focused on one thing at a time. You should be focused.
Yeah.
But
or even like the hike in. I can't
hike
listen
in,
to
no,
music.
not even that either.
No.
But I'm talking just at camp. That's the only time. Like I'll bring a book. I read a book sometimes at night.
Huh. I just lay there.
If you're
look at
getting
the
weathered
stars.
in, like in Canada, what are you doing? You got to have.
Lay there and look at the stars. Look outside. Watch the storm.
Okay, you're just snowed in for an entire day. You don't.
It's happened to me. It happened on my.
And you just sit there and look at the
happened
top
on
of
on my Dall sheep hunt.
your tent. You just look up and you just stare.
I'll watch the storm, watch the clouds move, just kind of peek my head out, go back, look at old pictures, old hunts, look at pictures of my kid. Yeah, like that's what I've always found myself doing.
I mean, I would download it. Why not? These things don't take up that much room anymore. They're so compressed the files now. Like you can have like 10
I feel like I'm
Netflix.
cheating on Mother Nature when I do that.
You know what we had in
That's a you
Alaska?
problem.
The
What?
moose hunt? We had a projector.
What? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
No. We projected it on the wall tent.
What did you watch?
We had a bunch of comedy shows that Lampers downloaded. So he learned this tip, I believe, from Kime, film guy, and about these little mini projectors. It's tiny. It's maybe a little bit bigger than your phone, about inch thick. USB just charges it. And once it's charged, you can just plug your phone into it. You have the app on your phone, and it'll whatever Bluetooth over or whatever, and boom, projects onto the wall tent.
Yeah, it's pretty
Are
cool.
you kidding me?
No,
That's pretty cool.
I have photos of it. It was actually really cool because we're all there and it's a wall tent, so like that hanging out with the boys by the campfire. We had a stove going. We're cooking fish that we caught, and once it got dark, we'd project a comedy show on the wall tent.
That's really cool.
So it was.
I mean, that is cool.
It
but
feels like it does feel like you're cheating the mountains because
Yeah,
you're taking crazy technology into the most remote place.
that's what I
on
do
Earth.
at home. Is I
Yeah.
watch.
But
that's
it's
what I do.
also a cool atmosphere to be like, hey, we're chilling back on some cots right now in a wall tent. Fire's going. It's raining outside. So you hear the wind going still, but you're laughing a little bit, trying to keep
Yeah.
quiet, because you're hunting
Yeah.
still, but you're watching something projected
And
onto
if I
a
know
wall tent.
Lampers like I think I do, he probably does that so he doesn't have to talk to you.
Yeah, Lampers and I don't have,
You know
we
what I
don't, we
mean?
don't talk a lot.
Yeah.
Both of us together.
That's
yeah.
why I love Lampers. Like, yeah, him and I could just sit.
That's amazing.
So a little pro tip.
That is a pro tip. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah. If you need something, you could do that on a hunt. But again, cheating the mountains a little bit.
Yeah.
Not sure how I totally feel about
You
it.
said, so you said luxuries, hand sanitizer, baby wipes, my pillow, which isn't too crazy.
That's not
Ramen.
Yeah, the one,
Ramen.
food, one food item, it'd be like
The
something you look forward to every single day, like when you're eating, maybe even.
I love Starbucks, coffee or whatever coffee, the stir coffee.
It would be Starbucks. You call me.
Whatever. Whatever.
Not Black Rifle?
I knew you were going to say that. Black Rifle, whatever. Stir coffee
Yeah.
on the mountain. It lets the day go by. At noon, you got Bluebird, but it's like cold. That's nothing better than that. That and top ramen are the treats for me. No pesto, though. That's my...
That's a hard one, I know.
dude,
Bring in pesto chicken.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
but not a jar of pesto.
not a jar of pesto.
The jar of pesto is so classic.
Pesto.
You just bust
Porter.
out a glass jar of pesto.
Yeah.
From carrying the llamas.
You remember on that hunt? You were like, I've never eaten this good
Never eaten
ever
this-
in the mountains. Like, I was making the salami. I had tortellinis.
Tortellinis, yeah. Tortellinis.
So crazy to me.
We ate like kings.
Yeah, we did.
So crazy to me. You want to hit him with a promo?
Yeah, we should definitely do a promo. We're in hunting season, but right now it's crazy to think about, though. We're also thinking about next year already.
I am.
Trail and I were talking a lot about this, trying to figure out our plans. We have a lot of, there's still a lot of leftover tags too out there. And, December 1st, you got like Idaho tags, you got Arizona tags. So like now's the time to really start even looking at filtering 2.0, finding your plan for next year, starting to research things, starting to go into point tracker, updating your points. That's a big thing right now too. You have all these states you have points in, updating point tracker, so everything goes in your insider account, draw odds, filtering 2.0, and start doing research right now for hunts. Or trying to find these leftover ones. You don't have a hunt in November and you badly want to go hunting. Well, they're still away on Insider. So use promo code podcast. It's going to get you 50 points back to the Go Hunt Gear Shop. That's $50 you can spend. A lot of things you can do there. And Go Hunt Maps. Get access to that at all time. We just recently launched Topo on our new Go Hunt
Which is
exclusive
badass.
Topo on mobile.
Badass.
Yeah, the new topo is incredible.
Yeah. So get yourself an Insider membership and go hunting.
And Topo's online and offline. You know what's crazy is like the last year or so, when people that are like newer to Go Hunt, they just think of us as like a mapping product now. And it's like maybe we were too good at marketing, like the map or something,
Yeah.
but it's like,
No, we suck at marketing. That's been a common theme on here.
well, what everyone thinks of that. And like, yes, we have a great
That
mapping
means we
product.
suck at marketing.
Okay. We have a great map. Yeah, that,
If we
exactly.
were good at it, they would know everything.
Where tons of people join for many, 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 many years and still do is for a research product. Mapping is like what completed it. But
We
our
don't
map-
need a map unless you're going hunting.
Correct.
And we are good at showing people how to go and where to go hunting. And the map was like just to help them. Hey, you have a tag, here you go. But yeah, we suck at marketing. Otherwise, people would know the front end of what I just said,
That's a
and
good
not
point.
the back end.
It's
It's been a common theme on here. We admit to it all the time. We're really shitty at marketing.
we need to figure that out because it's like people don't understand.
But it's such a great entire suite of tools that
Yes.
can help
Oh.
you all year round.
And then when you show someone, they're just like their mind.
Yeah.
It's even right now. I'm having this conversation with my brother. Like, we have tags, mule deer tags in a sweet state. We're gonna go a lot of areas in
What
that state. I don't
Chile.
know. Yeah,
It's in Chile.
Chili.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on the
but
coast,
it's
like the
so
coastline
you
of Chile.
maybe you draw a tag in Colorado, Montana, wherever it is that allows you to hunt multiple units.
Montana, is that what you're talking about?
No, it's Chile.
Chile,
Oh, Chile.
yeah. But like, there's still a lot of research you can do to narrow that down. Like, I'm still trying to narrow it down where I'm exactly going to go. So I'm diving into filtering 2.0. I'm looking around, looking at maps, doing public land, trying to get some winter areas on there. Like, I can overlay so much data and still try to narrow it down, even though the season's a month away. I'm still maybe looking for maybe a potential better area, something new to try out. Maybe I go back to my old spots. There's so much data available to me at all times. I can sit up at night instead of watching a show on, YouTube or Netflix or
What
whatever.
you do in the backcountry.
It's true. I could just be
Point that
I
out.
could be researching. Like, it's literally at your fingertips all the time. I can always
100%.
plan.
And I've found myself checking a few things even since I had this, when I drew this Colorado tag, is looking at like how many tags. So you understand your competition, right? There's not a ton of tags. And then you look at the tags in the previous seasons, and I'm looking down the unit profiles and looking at what other members have said about which seasons they've hunted. So the research is not just a when you apply type
No.
of thing. You need to be, there's so much data there that helps you in season, going into app season, and once you have the tag, like it's a complete end-to-end solution for sure.
Yeah, or things that you find from literally this year while you're hunting. Like, I have a couple things in my head of like, oh, I'm hunting elk here. I've never hunted deer here. What I'm seeing, I might want to look at hunting deer here next.
Yeah, and so then you're like,
Yeah.
when are the deer tags?
Yeah.
When's archery? What are
Yeah.
the dates? How hard is it to draw?
That's a common theme. for me.
100%. That's what happened when we were in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Right? We were on a deer hunt, seen more elk.
Seen way more elk.
Come out, the first thing we do is, hey, how do we hunt elk in that area? And then
Yeah. Happens all the
I
time.
went back the next fall
And yeah, you
smoked
guys-
2 bowls in
two
2
bowls.
days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of power there.
Well, we're doing something a little different on this podcast too. This is going to be Porter's Gear List podcast that we are going to put on the tack on to the end of this, what we're discussing. And he's got some pretty interesting things and interesting choices, and we press him on why he's doing those things. But it's definitely going to be better if, like, visually if you watch it. But that's what this podcast is going to be on the back end of this, is Porter's Gear List, which from what we went through on his gear list, Brady, what is like the number one thing that sticks out for you?
Ooh.
Did you guys learn a lot, first of all, during that?
I questioned a lot.
You learned a lot. Like, you like,
It was fun having the banter side of it.
Yeah.
I mean,
you got some pro tips, though, from me?
Yeah, I got a lot of pro tips. Yeah, a lot of undie discussions from the Undie King over here.
So back to Lorenzo's question, your number one takeaway?
Positive or negative?
Just one that sticks out. Like, what's the one thing that stuck out to you?
I'm just looking at his sleeping pad and wondering why he needs such a giant sleeping pad.
That's a big one for sure. That's a big one.
Especially he has a 15-degree sleeping bag. He has, some long johns. He has some down pants. He has all this extra gear there, and yet he's bringing this giant sleeping pad that takes up half his backpack. It's
a big one.
insulated.
Yep.
When he has all that other stuff there that he could just wear if he gets kind of cold, or put that underneath his sleeping pad or something like that. But
Yep.
it's interesting.
Can you check the weight on my... It's the, what is it, the Neo Air?
Yeah, the Neo Air.
You have the
X-Therm.
he has the Mac Daddy
They're
one.
beating me up. I mean, it's big, Cody, but can you tell us the
He
weight?
has a Mac Daddy one. What stuck out to me is his layering system. And that's just still in my mind.
Badass.
Just, interesting, questionable.
It-
But that's what stuck out in my mind.
The cotton shirt thing.
You have an X-Therm, right?
Yeah.
I understand the cotton shirt thing because
I still don't.
have
1
to
pound,
do
6
it.
ounces?
Why,
That's pretty heavy.
why,
It's pretty heavy.
I need to
That's
look at maybe...
triple. That's triple what I
Is,
brought.
is that right?
Yes. Yeah,
he has a regular or long.
Is there... Can I get another insulated pad? How much weight can I
Yeah,
save?
you take the yellow one. The yellow one's like the X-Therm
The
Light or
X-Lite.
something.
X-Lite
that's what it
NXT.
is. Yeah.
Is that going to be... That's going to be sub-pound?
yeah, but you're gonna sound like you're sleeping on a bag of Cheetos,
Which, who cares?
Yeah, it's a little bit noisier.
right?
I do sleep on that one. Doesn't bother me.
I fully am... The pad is questionable. The thing is big. It's heavy. It's a little bit of a luxury. I went with that one because of the 15 degree. But whatever. I hear you there. That's good feedback.
It's interesting.
Any other takeaways? Or were you
No,
just
what
saying-
were you saying about the cotton shirt?
Oh.
It just blows my mind that he's wearing a cotton T-shirt, and then has a merino over said cotton T-shirt.
That only touches his elbows, forearms, and
Yeah, because he doesn't like
wrists.
it touching him, but it
Yeah.
touches up there. But
Yeah.
still, like, you're wearing a bad. He's talking about technical gear earlier.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's using cotton, which
Yep.
is not technical.
at all.
He was making fun of me about using leather boots because they're not technical. And now he's wearing a cotton shirt and then throwing a technical piece over it. You're just defeating the whole purpose of that merino.
Yeah.
It's not able to pull the moisture because the moisture is just going to sit in your cotton shirt
Yes.
and soak you. And then what's going to happen when he gets on that knob? When he's
Freeze.
sweating, he's going to freeze.
Yes.
That's a dangerous situation.
Dangerous game.
That's a bit dramatic.
And you're not bringing an extra.
It's not. Is it dramatic though, or is it real?
That's not dramatic at all for a mid-late season hunt, especially at elevation. It's not dramatic at all.
Isn't there a synthetic shirt you could wear?
He cares about you. He doesn't want to see you on the top of the mountain.
Yeah, it's all from
You
care.
can only talk if you agree with me, Cody.
That's how this works.
Isn't there a synthetic piece you could wear? A synthetic short sleeve shirt, something that breathes really well, like a lightweight running shirt that has a lot of air holes in it.
That's what I would do if I could.
Silk. I don't know, something else besides cotton. I don't even know if silk's a great example. Cross that off.
Many, many years ago, you got me into hunting.
Yes.
And you taught me about the t-shirt game. And now
I
you're
have
moving
to.
the goalpost
I'm
on
not
me.
moving the goalpost on you. I do it because I have to. I don't have a choice. If I could wear a Nike running shirt or a whatever, I would.
All right, let me ask you a question.
But I can't.
I've always had a t-shirt below a merino long sleeve for a decade and never had issues. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I didn't know you. Well, it's not.
never
It's not
asked.
just
You
that.
never asked.
No,
You
no,
don't
no.
care.
It's not just that. It's the layering that then you are going over the top with that. That's what like made it stick out to me. That's what made it stick out to me. Where it's like, why don't you just fix the layering instead of this?
You're talking about the approach or this or that?
Yeah,
on
it's
top
like
of that?
all one and the same. It's like,
Yeah,
what's
it's
the point?
because this is the first time I'm ditching my soft shell. So
Which
like
is-
I'm
which
kind of
is easy.
trying to figure out what the plan is there. I used to always go merino and then soft shell.
Yeah, so you go merino and then that circ light. It's the same shit.
Yeah. You don't think I'll be cold in just a t-shirt and the
thought-
approach?
That's a personal question. I don't know. But I can tell you, if I didn't have to wear a t-shirt, I wouldn't. But I have worn a t-shirt my entire life because the only thing that won't chafe me on my lat and armpit is a cotton t-shirt.
Merino.
And the other thing too is I have to wear a size large, and it looks like I shop at the Baby Gap. So then I wear something over the top of that because I need it super tight in my armpits and on my lats so I don't rub. That's my cross to bear from Accutane.
I just think you need to change that material from cotton to something else.
I've tried and I can't. I will get so messed up underneath.
I've never
my
had a
armpits.
problem. I've never had the chafe. I've listened to his advice that he forgot that he gave me a decade ago.
I did not forget.
And-
You asked me what I did. I told you what I did.
I just
And
do, I
still
do that
it
and never
today.
had a problem.
Okay.
I feel I've done great. Never had any issues here. Merino boxers had to come out of the backcountry. I couldn't walk. Couldn't walk for a month. Couldn't shower. It was
That was never the go-to.
terrible.
So
Yeah.
wait a second. You can't wear merino against your skin, right?
I don't like merino against my skin though.
So what's your socks made
But
out of?
hold on. He likes it against his
Oh,
elbows and forearms.
Oh,
I
his
love
socks-
a good
his socks
merino
are made-
sock though. I love them. My feet are great.
What were you saying, Lorenzo? Sorry.
That's it, but he loves merino on his elbows and forearms.
Yeah, his elbows and
Feels great,
forearms.
like right here.
Just on the arms. Just that.
Have you fully committed to a merino, like base there on your skin the whole time? Have you tried it
No.
for multiple days?
Never tried it because I listened to my friend a long time ago, and he said don't do that. So I didn't do it, and now he's making fun of me on the Big Hunt Guys podcast.
No, this is the Porter special. He asks everybody what they do, and then he takes it as we told him to do that. So he asked me what I do, and I said, "This is what I do, and this is what I like." And he took that as, "Do this." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when he's asking everybody that their process and their thing, and when he's asking them, "Do you do this or you do that?" He's taking it as, "Do this." Like I'm telling you to do this. That is not what I did or what I do. You ask me what I do, and I tell you.
I don't think this hunt that I'm jacked up about, burning some points, fired up about, is where I experiment.
I would agree with that.
This system has worked for me. Maybe it's dumb, but I'm gonna wear I always pick a Lucky GOHUNT shirt, and I
Not a hat?
make sure it's nice and clean. Well, I always have the hat too, but like a nice fresh tee. I usually do bring a backup, but I'm concerned about weight. That's one of the maybes.
I couldn't tell.
And
The rest of your gear kit, I could not tell you were concerned about an extra cotton T-shirt.
you're saying I'm going in heavy. I gotta
would've
weigh
never
the thing. That thing is. What's your over under on my setup as is?
It's definitely over 65. You put your rifle on,
I'm saying it's 70.
That's
because you know he's not going to
hurt.
be at 2 pounds of food a day either.
That's gonna hurt.
and he has those 2 giant water bottles.
Yeah, you'll be 70.
Your rifle's probably 14.
That's no.
Dude, my new 22-inch carbon fiber one with a scope on it and a suppressor is 12.
Look up the weight of the Browning Max. I think it's like
Yeah, X-Bolt Max long range.
It's going to be heavy.
thing shoots like a.
Have you ever thought about, instead of having 2 Nalgene's, carrying like a 4-liter drone light bag? That way if you-
Bladder?
No, it's not a. It's,
No, just a water bag.
it's a water bag.
I think we're bringing one of those for like a camp water bag.
But you can ditch the
Camp water.
Nalgene, an extra Nalgene, and then just carry your water you're not going to drink in that bag if you find a little water source, and you can carry that to camp. Do you ever drink 2 full Nalgenes?
Oh, I drink a lot of water.
The rifle's 8 pounds, 7 ounces.
8 pounds plus just my scope. Plus my scope. What's the scope? 3.5.
Probably.
So I'm sub 12 pounds. I'm like what?
Barely.
10.5, 11.
Plus my
I don't know. I'm not touching that rifle. That thing's.
Well, 8
plus ammo.
8 plus 3 is 11.
It is.
And that's not taking into account the ounces.
I went to Arizona State, not University of Montana.
Oh,
Math
yeah.
is
University of
hard.
Montana is really good. Go Grizz.
Well, I'm not changing my rifle. Not touching that thing.
You shouldn't.
No.
You should
Same
never
same
change.
mentality as me.
You should never
Carry what you
change
trust.
what you kill with, what you find them with. Like that is why you're there.
Pad is up for discussion. I can ditch one long sleeve. You think I need 2 pairs of socks for sure? I'm debating.
It's a personal thing. I
Yeah.
don't know.
If it works for you, I'd say go with 2 pairs,
It's
honestly.
a personal thing.
Let's go in heavy. Make Scott pack it.
I
have no spotter. He's packing the spotter.
Yeah. I'm a firm believer in for the task at hand, the things that are directly best for that task at hand, don't even look at the weight. Just bring them. Doesn't matter. Everything else, then you see what that weighs, and then that'll kind of dictate everything else.
Yeah.
Like, okay, where do I need to start shaving? Because this is what I'm using for the task at hand. Now everything else is ancillary to that. That's why I like Brady's system. And it does make sense to me.
Are we doing a big bull contest?
We're going to make that official, huh?
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just looking at that nice hair of yours.
What do you want to do with my hair?
No, I'm just gonna. I told you I don't know.
Because you want it. That's what it is. You're outgrowing yours out. It's starting to look good.
Don't give him, don't do that. Actually, we could all start telling him he looks good and he'll just keep going. But anyways, yeah.
Official. What's this big bull guy?
No, it's just we both have elk tags
Oh, I know
at the
that.
same time. His tag's way better than mine though. He has like a once in a lifetime tag, so
I wouldn't say,
A couple of years ago, I know.
it's a great tag. Holy cow! His bar is so much higher than mine.
I know you're a betting guy.
Mine's like a general tag basically.
Who's shaving who's
You just said earlier you burned a bunch of points. It's a big
Colorado
bull
then. Oh, am I?
Uruguay tag. He's a big South America hunter.
You're going tag.
You're going to hunt those Russian elk.
I
He's
burned a
going to
lot.
hunt those oscillated elk, the ones with the blue heads.
We both burned a metric ton of points. So we're kind of on the same bar. In a way.
Nope.
Did you draw? You were first turn-in tag?
Yeah. It was a,
Right?
It was
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
turned in tag. Yep.
That's gonna be a great tag. I'm not gonna
The
see
same
you.
night as the draw when I was on a date at
That's-
like
yeah.
11 o'clock at
Oh,
night.
I remember that. Date
had it-
immediately ends.
Yeah. I literally said, I got to go to the bathroom. I did not have to go to the bathroom. I want to check what that email said.
That's so good.
Uh,
Am I gonna see you?
Yeah.
Are you leaving
mine-
after I get back.
Yeah, you will. Yep. I have an open sight Muzzy. You have a rifle,
you're Brady Miller, though.
Yeah, you're Bradley J.
but I dialed this rifle in. So I'm hoping. I'm trying
But
to
you
help.
dialed your muzzleloader in.
Yeah,
You're such a better hunter too.
but I'm not technical, right? My boots will gain me
Slow
some
you down.
inches.
They'll
They
slow
gain me
you
some
down.
inches. Yeah.
Oh, they will? Okay.
Yeah.
You guys just can't give me undie king and boot king. I'm giving you king of everything else.
No matter what I
No,
shoot,
not boot king.
No matter what I shoot, I get to add 10 extra inches because I'm wearing leather boots.
Yes.
During the gear list, I listened to every piece of your feedback minus my undies and boots. And I'm sitting here saying, I will give you free advice. You just got to come to me. And I'm happy to share what I know. I go to you guys all the time for things. Undies? Just
Logistics.
Logistics?
Logistics are.
We gave you the logistics king.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said it took boots away, but I gave you logistics king.
I might take that.
Logistics is a big compliment. That's
It
a
is
lot. That's
it
a
is
lot
big
of actually
compliment.
trying
That's
to
a
kill
lot.
an animal.
I'll
That's a
take
lot.
that. Is that official? Can
Yeah,
I?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
If everyone planned like you going on a hunt, they would be more successful, including myself. But I get fixated on other areas.
I gotta maximize my time away from the family and away from the office. Every second counts.
Yeah. So anyways, the rest of this will be the piece-by-piece Porter's gear list with Brady and I giving some color commentary as he pulls things out and goes through things. And if you like this version or like this new thing we're doing, let us know and we'll do more of it.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear
So-
your feedback on it because
It's
I
new.
enjoyed it. I had fun.
Yeah, it was fun. And this is a new thing that we're trying. So obviously if we're trying something, we don't know if we like it. So you let us know
Well, I appreciate the invite.
and enjoy.
And hopefully I kill Big Bull and you guys will invite me again.
Either way, we're inviting you back. I
Really?
gotta hear this.
So
We're more or less just going to be the toxic table, though, and not offer any like real help. but
Yeah,
just
it's going to be really fun for me.
It's going to be great. Tear you apart.
all right.
You do like to eat really well. That's why you like the llamas.
Yes. Yes, I can't take my jar of pesto.
Oh.
I can't. This is definitely, I'm a little bit outside of my comfort zone for sure. So we'll see. So, all right, let's start with my rifle so that I can get it off the table and out of the way. This is my baby, my absolute baby. So when it comes to weapons, I am a fan of keeping things consistent. When you like something, it's like if you play golf, you have a driver, even if it's 10 years old, if it goes down the middle and 300 every time, don't change. That's my strategy with weapons.
He grew up playing high school golf. No team sports, just high school golf.
I've had this thing for 4 or 5 years, and I absolutely love it. It's a Browning. Keep my honest here.
Yep.
Long range with the Macmillan stock.
Browning X-Bolt Max,
Max.
long range.
With the Macmillan.
No, Browning
Not
stock.
Macmillan.
Just Brown stock.
Browning
okay.
stock.
And then I have a Leopold 25 power Mark 5 on top, which I love.
That's a badass scope.
I love this knob here. I gotta have a knob. I'm a big knob guy. Love this scope. I got my system in my Swaros around my neck, which I'll show you when we get to optics. My bubble, which you convinced me about.
Check your bubble every
I had
time.
A very bad shot and miss on a really, really big General Bull in Wyoming a couple years ago, which stings. And if I had
This is all about the bubble.
no, I had no bubble. But 2 months later, when we were in Nevada,
That's true.
I had the bubble. In that
You
one.
had the bubble then.
So, absolutely love this rifle.
I appreciate too. You have scope caps on front and back.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. 1 point for me.
Yep. But I have to deduct a half a point because we were shooting with you the other day, and I noticed your turret is not reset down to 0. He's gonna go.
I love that Brady just noticed
He's
that.
gonna go shoot, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, I have to go to 5 MOA," and he's gonna crank it past and go one more rotation full.
I love that you just noticed that. That was fantastic.
Keep me honest here. We go to the range a lot.
Where we're gonna go again? We were gonna go.
Well,
again for
no. You got me there.
Oh, yeah.
But my group at 900 yards was what?
Phenomenal, tight. Like you had like a sub 8-inch group.
If you
Like,
didn't film it,
it was
it
well
didn't
below
happen.
at 1 MOA.
Didn't film it, didn't happen.
All right.
Oh, we filmed it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Shit. Now you actually can't talk shit to me.
Yeah. So yeah, he's become a really good marksman. He's actually getting controlled, doing everything he needs to
There
do.
we go, Pesto Porter.
I mean, I have the ability, we have an amazing relationship with Browning to get rifles, but I am a guy that when I have something, if your group's like that at 900,
You love that 7mm.
if I did get a new one, I'd probably go to PRC or 28 Nos, but that setup is amazing.
Just shoots.
All right, so.
Are you going to wear that cute corporate watch when you hunt, or are you going to wear something different?
Where should no watch when I hunt?
I love that.
Where should we
He's
go?
wearing his cute corporate watch right
we're
now.
like a minute in and we're
Yeah.
getting okay. Got it.
It's so cute, though.
Okay.
It matches so well.
Got it. Okay, so clothing. Where should we go? Or sleep system? Get that out of the way. What do you think?
Yeah.
What backpack you taking? Because
That's
this is
over here.
a lot
Let's-
of shit, and I want to
Okay.
see what backpack you're taking.
Yeah, I actually haven't put it all in the backpack yet.
That's where I'm concerned. What backpack you taking?
I don't leave for like 2 weeks. Okay, so I still have.
You got plenty of time. That's why the importance of a gear list, though.
This is like a rough draft kind of roll call thing here.
And now when you get done, all the stuff should go in a box, so you have everything already dialed, and you can go through your checklist again.
100%
Yep.
agree. So we'll get to the backpack, but it's 6,900, I believe.
Stone Glacier,
Yes,
6900?
6,900.
Should be okay.
Okay, let's do sleep system real quick. I am running the 2-person Stone Glacier tent. It is a hair on the heavy side, but it's bomb proof, and there's a good chance we'll get some weather. And we're camping at 10,000 feet, so I'll sacrifice an extra pound and go for a really well put together tent. Comments?
I'll agree. I really like that it has a very large vestibule, so you'll be able to store a lot of your gear and keep it out of the elements, which is key. And then since it's a 2-person too, you can also store a bunch of your gear inside with you.
Yes.
Also key.
Pad, I'm going Thermarest Neo Air, insulated.
That is a giant pad.
That is a giant pad.
It's a big pad. It's a big pad. You guys were trying to get me to take this out. I might take it out of the bag a little bit. We'll see.
You should definitely take it out of the bag.
I got my little
You should take that out of the
light
bag, too.
pillow. I'm gonna take this out of the bag for sure. I was gonna put this in here.
Okay.
But
You should put
this-
both of those in your sleeping bag.
This is.
Your
I like-
sleeping bag is a bag. It's
I
in
like
the name.
to be organized, What did you just say? Put where?
Put both of those out of those bags and in the sleeping bag.
That is a really
the
good tip.
sleeping bag is a bag. It's in the name.
In the sleeping bag. That's not gonna fit.
That way you're eliminating extra bags and kind of
Sleeping
bulk in a
bag,
way because you can
just
wrap
put
it up
those
inside of it.
in the bottom of the bag, and then you roll your sleeping bag up.
My sleeping bag's over here too. Wait. Sorry. How am I gonna get this pad and my pillow in this? You're talking about the bag, obviously, that it goes in.
You can take your bag, lay it
I
out
wouldn't-
flat, and then take your sleeping pad, lay it out flat, and shove it on the inside of it, and then you can kind of like roll your sleeping bag up, and it's all kind of contained in one thing.
I wouldn't put your sleeping bag in a bag either. Your sleeping bag is a bag.
No, that's giving me anxiety.
I'm going to have to agree with Porter on
Too
this.
much just
What the-
stuff. Too much stuff. Classic Lorenzo, by the way, you taught me. I remember you at my house before my first backpack hunt. You were the one that said, "Hey, I like nice and organization. I do
On
dry
certain
bags,
things.
so I get to camp and I have this and this."
On certain things, and
That's
I've
the way I'm
definitely
built
grown
now.
up because it's so much extra weight for no reason.
But since he's not carrying a stove though, that is like a lifeline. So I don't want to have a chance to get that wet in my backpack somehow, and then now your sleeping bag's wet.
Sketch.
So I don't put a bladder in your sleeping bag.
We'll
I'm
get there.
talking about stream crossings
I
or
am-
anything random that might occur.
Right. I agree. That's a good point. I gotta have this in a bag. That's crazy. You just stuff that into your backpack.
The nice part about doing that too, though, for Lorenzo's benefit, is it does fill up a lot of those air pockets in your backpack,
Correct.
and so you're able to fill the voids. So you don't have a big chunks, and all of a sudden you could like shove things in there. That's why I always get made fun of, like, oh, Brady, all he does is shove everything in there, but I'm trying to fill air pockets to
Get that-
maximize the space,
Yep.
so that I'm not just my backpack's super tall. I can
And
get it all
the
really compact.
bag as tight as possible
Tight,
so it doesn't
yeah.
move.
Keep a tight ship. Looks good.
Sleeping bag, Stone Glacier, Chinook,
Chillicoot.
Choku, 15 degree. So I thought about 0 degree quite a bit. I actually had one bought and then returned it for the 15. I'm worried about weight. As you can see, I have a lot of stuff. So I went 15. I think it's like 5 ounces lighter than the 0. I went this good tent. I figured it's fine. So I'm rolling with the 15.
You have a really good sleeping pad too. The insulated one combo with that is kind of like a 0 bag
Yep.
with a lighter weight sleeping pad. So I
Yeah.
think you're pretty good.
Exactly. Okay. All right. So that's the sleeping system.
Do you really like a pillow?
Gotta have a pillow. Gotta have a
Doesn't squirt out?
It's like 2 ounces. No,
No.
my pillow does not squirt.
Mine does. 'Cause I'm too tall.
All right, let's go. Should we get into clothing? Or should we get into, you want to knock out, let's knock out optics. Okay, so I brought this out, but I'm actually having my buddy pack it in.
Smart.
So I figure it's Nate from the office, my very good friend Scott, who you guys know, and our camera guy. But so if you look at the 3 hunters, I don't feel like we need 3 spotters.
Definitely not.
No,
So we're
not for an elk hunt.
2 spotters. 'Cause again, I'm worried about weight. I'm going pretty heavy on my sleep system. So I'm leaving the 15s at home, which stings because I love 15s. But I'm just going 10s around the neck, and I'm going to have Scott packing the spotter.
Smart.
So with that, since I'm not packing it, I'm borrowing your 85. I have a 65 that I'm leaving at home, and I'm bringing your 85. So get a little bit more beef on the glass. Don't tell Scott. It's another 6 ounces or something, I think. Bino harness, marsupial, it's the bomb. I kind of, if I'm not in like dusty areas, I actually prefer.
I noticed you got a new bino harness and you didn't get the enclosed.
Everyone likes the enclosed. I'm a little bit unique,
I would love.
guess.
I would love to know the reasoning.
I just think it's.
He just likes to know his binos are still there when he
Yeah.
glances from the side.
I
You
like
drop
it's
them.
less material, so I love this. It's just less material, and I mean dusty, like desert hunting and like off ATVs and stuff. Dust is for sure a problem. Weather-wise, though, it's really not too big of a concern. I've always had this one. I actually just got a new color. I have my 10s, so I have EL ranges 10s. I would love on this hunt to have 12s for sure. It's a perfect 12 setup,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm going off my tripod a lot. I have this new, remind me of the name.
Asiac?
Asiac, yeah. So this is the first time I'm running this. Everyone in the office swears by it. I'm really stoked about this. because it comes with a plate basically, right?
Yep. So it's Arca Swiss compatible already,
Yeah.
so you're going to slide that right in there, and then you tighten it down. You can glass right off it.
Everybody swears by that. Still fits in the bino harness around 10s, which is really sweet. But I love having on a rifle hunt my rangefinder in my binos. I'm a huge believer in it. It's one less thing to have, and I love being able to just be glassing and just figuring out how far things are. And I click on that, it tells me my MOA. It's an amazing system. So for rifle hunting, I love that. So I'm sacrificing, not being able to run 12s to run this to have my rangefinder in my bino.
Do you pack an extra battery?
Great question, Brady. Yes, I do.
I'm really impressed.
I am impressed too. I thought you were going to say no.
Got my little lens cleaner.
So you got lens cleaner in there.
I have the little GOHUNT earplugs that come with like all of our branded apparel and an extra battery.
My man.
2 points, Chris.
You're gaining some points.
1 point, Chris.
No, I had one earlier.
Oh, you did.
But I
have one
deducted
earlier.
a half.
2 total.
So you have 1.5 points.
Yep.
So here's my optics. Tripod. Brand new. I'm super stoked about this. I don't know the weight, Brady probably, or Lorenzo, you know it. This is stupid light, though.
Yep.
Stupid light. Like, that is,
Yeah.
The Tracer
That's
BC.
what I'm bringing on my sheep hunt.
yes.
I know the panhead weighs 4 ounces.
It's
Exactly 4 ounces.
insane. And a little handle here. I kind of dig the handle.
Mhm.
Pretty smooth. Super light. I love it. I love it. So this is the Tracer. Which model?
Tracer BC.
BC. I mean, it's so compactable, so tiny.
I do like too how the legs fold out opposite of normal. So you have the thicker legs on the bottom, which is more kind of natural for a lot of people. A lot of people will take those skinny legs and put them out, and that's going to add, deflection when you're glassing because that's going to be shaky a lot. So now the thicker legs are bottom first, so it just makes it easier to set up and be stable.
Love
It is a nice
So,
little difference.
Stoked about this, and that is my optics setup.
Do you want to talk about with the optics your digiscope system?
Oh, yeah, good point. I have the all-in system, which is fire. Anyone who hasn't tried it.
You definitely have young
Try it.
kids.
Huh?
You definitely have young kids.
Why?
Fire?
Oh, yeah, that's what my 9-year-old. I sound cool.
That's my point.
So it's just so slim
Mm-hmm.
and it snaps on. There's a lot of good systems out there, but this one, for me, I think, and for a lot of us,
It just works.
as good as it gets. A couple of those, I've never liked the bulkier ones. I mean, you had to use them; they were like the only ones, and they're great companies. But I love the slimness, and it just snaps, and you don't have to worry about this. All right, so that's my all-in system with the spotter, binos. What else? Let's save this gear. Let's save this. Let's get into apparel.
Here we
Well,
go.
We can go. Here we can go. We
Here
can
we
go.
go.
We can go boots first. So
He's
you
scared.
you guys are really way more knowledgeable hunters. You've been hunting a long time. You're way more knowledgeable with gear than me. But there are 2 areas where I actually absolutely dominate both of you and everyone else in the office. And that is around underwear. I am the undie king, and I am the boot king. You guys kind of challenge me on this one a little bit, but you just can't compete with me.
I will challenge you on the boot.
Yeah.
On the boot
I'm
king.
the boot king and the undie king. You guys have every other category, and let me explain why. I think long and hard about my boot setup. I break it in. I think about it.
I will
Prepared around boots.
I will give you another point. You do very well at breaking in a new pair of boots. You will go on crazy hikes around Vegas here. You will wear them around the office. You do all sorts of things to get your boots perfectly ready for a hunt. And you try out different socks all the time too, like different combinations, what's going to work in that boot. You do a good job.
The reason I am the boot king and the undie king is my very first backpack hunt with Brandon years and years ago. We had to pull off the mountain. You're going to think I'm soft, but it is real. It's legitimate. I had the worst chap ass, and my feet were cut up. I didn't break in my boots right, and I wore merino. I just can't do merino on the undies, and I'll go on and on about why you shouldn't do it. And I'm walking out of the backcountry like this.
Waddling out of the backcountry.
And when we got to the hotel, that night and showered and drove home. Brandon will tell the story where he just out of nowhere starts to hear me screaming like a little girl. It's because I was shower and that hot water hits that chap area. It is painful. I wasn't the same for like a month. So I break in the undies and break in the boots. So, and the thing about the boots too, especially on this hunt, is like I was really torn about insulated or not insulated, insulated or not insulated, insulated or not insulated. So generally speaking, when you go insulated, like I have a 200 gram pair of scarpers that are broken in. That's what I ran last year on our deer hunt. They tend to be bulkier, and this is going to be a really physical hunt. And so we talk about I like the more synthetic boots that have just a little bit more like athletic feel to them, and you give a lot of that up as you get into insulated boots. I looked at some of like what's the Scarpas with the yellow laces? I love those.
I can't recall.
You're a Scarpa guy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Scarpas. And I like Slalos and the Rapages.
Yep. Apache's a really good boot.
But on this hunt, like they just, I wanted a little stiffer, a little bit of a bigger boot. So these are the Hanwag. I know they're the pros. These are they're the ones with the macro combi pros. We'll try that over again. Can you tell me what it is?
I honestly don't know.
It's the ones that like campus ran. We all ran.
I'm not
Mock combis?
You
It
had-
is, but
you had a
it's
pair-
updated.
You gave me a pair of these.
Yeah, I can't wear Hanwags.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it might be, it's Mocker Combi Pro then, upgraded.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. Okay. All right, so these are the Hanwag Macro Combi Pros. I
Pros.
believe, yeah. So the other ones with the red laces, they replaced them with this. And they have two colors. I like these a lot.
So you say that's more stiffer boot, in your opinion?
It's like I think it's a 4 out of 5.
Let me see that boot.
It's not super stiff.
Just give me one.
Want to try it on?
No. Are you kidding? I can't fit your little baby feet.
Size 12, baby feet.
Okay.
Decent.
I love this boot. So they're fully broken in. They're ready.
Non-insulated.
So, yeah, here's the gamble. So I am worried. So we're, 12 days out.
What's your extended
our
forecast look
hiking
like?
or something. Yeah, so you start getting into that, like, extended forecasting. In town, right, which is 3,000 feet lower than we're going to be camping. It's like, a high of 54, low of 32 kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, it could get chilly. I'm going to go, I am a little bit worried about my feet being cold, but I figure I'm going to go the thicker Darn Tough sock,
Mhm.
the thickest one, and then I'm going to go the Stone Glacier Gator, which adds a little bit more insulation as well, and I think I'm going to be all right on that setup.
I love that you're bringing gaiters, by the way.
You got it.
Absolutely love that.
You got it. Add some insulation, protects from mud and water. I think it's a must.
Yep.
I learned that the hard way, I think. I think our Wyoming hunt is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think it's
Questions
fairly,
for the Boot King.
that's a fairly good setup. I just want to ask, like, what is your hunting style going to be like to complement these boots? Like, if you're non-insulated, means you're going to be kind of hiking around a lot more.
Yeah.
Maybe not glassing as long, because sitting down glassing for long periods of time, me personally, my feet will get cold then if I wear non-insulated,
Me too.
sitting in snow.
So if I am on a windy knob and we get some snow weather, I'm going to be cold.
Yeah.
That's where I'm rolling the dice. Now, if it's like Bluebird and 50,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be
Are you the type of person that your feet get cold though, or easy?
ish. I would say like I don't run hot or cold.
Okay.
Like average.
So you're probably good. I do remember our Wyoming hunt and some other cold hunts. Like, you've always been fairly good with less insulation or no insulation on your
Yeah.
boots.
So
My feet are the first thing to get cold. Like, very first thing for me to get cold are my feet.
my feet were super cold on our deer hunt, and I had 200 grams. But that was really
That was
cold.
beyond cold,
That
though.
was super cold. A couple of those mornings, the low
Yeah.
was 8. Our Wyoming hunt, we were like camping in snow.
In
My feet
snow.
were fine on that, and that was
Yeah.
non-insulated. I had the Soleil Vultures or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm running, and
Which sock?
Oh, I don't know which rating is. It's the thickest Darn Tough. So
The 2012s? Or are these the over the calf hikers?
Yeah, I think it was the over calf ones. The
Yeah.
Yeah.
2012s or
The heavyweight over the calves?
Yeah. So the thicker stock, I figured, compensates for non-insulated. So we'll see.
just one pair.
Depends on the
Like a last minute addition, maybe you might throw another pair in.
I'm worried about weight.
You're not that far from the truck. I would bring your insulated boots and have them in the truck.
I will, especially if we go from one spot to another.
Yeah.
I will bring them in the truck. I'm planning on one pair of socks. I'll have backups in the truck. We'll see.
Because like the thing you can always do with one pair of socks, like I get that question all the time. Like it's got on my moose gear list. If they're wet, I either have a stove with me. If I don't have a stove, I just take them off and put them in my sleeping bag.
Yeah.
They'll dry off in my sleeping bag overnight.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to rock one pair of socks.
Okay, I am running Stone Glacier Apparel, which I like a lot. You want to start with undies? Let's start with undies. Again, we'll go from the Boot King to the Undie King. The Saks Quest is what I run. There are others that you can run in this category. I am a super anti-merino undie kind of guy.
Why?
You hike, you sweat, you sit down in glass on that like swamp booty,
Yep.
chap ass just waiting to happen.
I was hoping you were going to give me the motion of what you do when you have a wet ass with merino.
Oh,
The itchy butt.
Yeah, the itchy butt. Like that's the thing.
It's
Yeah.
just gross. It's gross.
I always wonder how that became a thing. Like, because it's such a known thing, the itchy
It
butt.
happens to everyone.
Yeah.
I
and
swear
like,
it does.
how did it become a thing then? So weird to me.
And we sell a lot. I mean, Sika makes one, Stone. I mean, a bunch of people make those merino boxers. Somebody's buying them. It's not me. It's not maybe you two. It's Cody, our camera guy. So
Yeah.
You don't get itchy butt?
he doesn't hike. Do you hike? Yes. Why don't you get itchy butt?
I think it probably depends maybe on sometimes either maybe moisture in the air, the terrain you're hunting at, like the season, temperatures outside too. Like, but when you're exerting your body, you are sweating all the time. Like,
No matter what.
Yeah, no matter early season, late season, you are sweating, and this just where you know you're going to be safe is just. I mean, look how breathable you can literally see the holes.
mm-hmm.
So you just gotta have an escape for that sweat to really be risk free on the chat butt.
You like those more than what is it, kinetic or?
So
Because those are like
Kinetic is my go-to, which is the little thicker, the black one.
yeah.
Yeah, so I love those for a gym. Like that's my like lifestyle gym. I wear those a lot.
Yeah, but that gives you more breathability.
Yeah, they don't breathe
Okay.
as much, and you will get a little bit of that chat booty in those if you wear them for like multiple days. This is the safe bet.
I always love advice from the Undie King.
Just come to me. Come to me. Okay? I know you're more experienced than you in a lot of things. You ain't though, bud. Just come to me. All right. Let's go pants. Okay. I'm going to make a game time decision between the Havalon Light and the Havalon. Little pro tip here for you. I know some of you guys think maybe they're a little baggy or this or that. Take them to your tailor. Spend $12 and get them tailored how you want. So I've got these tailored.
Nice.
I'm so not surprised you took those to a tailor.
Little pro
I'm
tip.
not surprised at all. And I'm not willing to spend that time to go do that.
Do you think I'm the only person who's brought in Stone Glacier pants to my tailor?
In Vegas, yeah.
So I am going to do the Stone Glacier Helio zip-offs, which are absolutely fantastic. It's actually a little bit thicker than some of the other ones out there. It's a little shorter, which I actually like a lot because my sock comes up to like right here. So I like it a little shorter. And you obviously got to have, if you're running bottoms that don't zip off, it's like, get with it. It's 2023. Like if you have to go and take off your boots, take off your long johns, you're just torturing yourself for no reason. So because I'll have these, I think the lights are possible. A little bit more athletic feeling, less material. But if it's too cold, this is light. I mean, because this is actually their standard paint. It's relatively thick.
Yeah, it's for a good late season hunt. So
Guys are
yeah,
in-
game time decision. I do. That's another good tip.
So I'm gonna bring them both. I will right now. If I was forced, it would be this setup. I'm gonna go safer, and I would hike in. Big feature that I love on the Stone pants are a couple things. This little system they got here is really good because when you got a heavy pack on, or you've been hunting for like a week, you've lost some weight, cinch that down. Right? You really don't. I still run a belt, but I don't think you really have to. But the number one feature for sure is, dude, this. This is just unbelievable. You hike around there and you just let some airflow in there, right?
It's too long of an opening for me. It's where you get weird shit down the side of your pants.
Well, if we're nitpicking, I would love to see them do the opposite because I want it up here more than down here. You're right. If you go,
that I see what you're saying. Yeah,
because what he's saying is valid. You get, especially when you start getting into like oak or something like that. But it comes in here. It comes at your calf. It's not coming up here. So you want to go like this, but I want the opening here, not there.
Yeah, either double zipper or the zipper reversed from the bottom to the top.
Exactly.
It should definitely be reversed.
That's good. That's a pro tip.
Do you ever adjust
You heard that from me, bud.
do you ever adjust the contour waist belt system where you can make it shorter or wider right there? The little Velcro system.
Yeah. So
you modify that in the hunt.
Exactly on the hunt. So you go. I think that makes it.
Yep, that'll make it tighter.
This makes it. You hiking like that. You start losing weight or whatever. You're dehydrated, whatever. Boom.
Because that is also a very unique feature of all the de Havilland pants.
Yeah. So I'm a huge fan of those. The air that you got to have the air out. So great pant. Zip offs are amazing. Okay, this is the first hunt I'm running. I think I'm the pant king because of the undie.
No.
Because you air out, it reduces. If you don't have the air out, you're gonna get sweatier here, and you got a merino boxer. You're almost guaranteed to have
So yeah, he is doubling on the air. He's got the sacks with a lot of air, and he's got the Havilland pants, a lot of air.
Yeah.
There.
All right.
So you don't want to experience what I experienced in Colorado years and years ago. Okay, let's see, where are we at? Let's go upper. Okay, I know you're gonna just have a field day here with me.
I've saved this for today since you told me yesterday.
Well, when I showed you yesterday and you looked at me super weird, I was like, okay, he's got something up his sleeve. Okay, this is where I'm going upper. So I go t-shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, I tuck it in. Okay, I tuck it in, cinch my belt. I wear, this is like the hike in. So this is a really light, it's the merino, Stone Glacier merino. Really light. I'm not a big merino guy. I do like a merino here though. There is some benefits around it.
Literally just on your elbows and arms? That's all the merino is touching is your elbows and arms?
Well, I don't like it next to skin because it's itchy.
So when you said
why would you wear merino?
Maybe I don't like merino, but I like this.
If you are bringing merino, why would it not be next to skin?
Because it makes me itchy.
Then why are you wearing merino?
Yeah, we need to go back here. You said you weren't a t-shirt. I thought you were meaning a long sleeve tee, but you're actually meaning that like a t-shirt like
I
that.
wear a t-shirt. I can't have merino next to skin.
What is that made out of?
Cotton.
Cotton. You know what kills?
Cotton.
Cotton.
Why is cotton killing?
Cotton gets wet and it doesn't dry very quick.
out.
Why can't I always take it off?
I think you need to find another.
And then you're going to
layer
have to have merino next to skin.
No, these are good points. I've done this all and never had an issue. This is just, maybe it's just habit. I've always.
You got to think for your tricep, elbow, and forearm to be touching merino. It's just that part though, nothing else.
I love this series that we're doing.
Yeah,
So,
just nothing else. I really need to understand why.
You make good points, but I've done this system and I really enjoy it. It's never bothered me. The t-shirt getting wet has dried out.
Okay.
Like so, this when I'm backpacking, like this will never come off. I will sleep in it. It'll be this, and it just becomes a part of me. My skin adapts to it. The merino adapts to it. It just becomes one.
Oh, so the merino's meant for cotton. I just found that
the
out.
cotton merino combo is where it's at.
So
It should be a cotton merino blend.
This is where I had some decisions. I did think about the Helio hoodie versus our approach. Our approach is a little bit more comfortable and a little bit lighter. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably hike in here, and then once I'm at camp, this goes on, the approach. So it'll go t-shirt, my merino here, and my approach, and that will probably never come off. Because it's a little colder, it's not really season.
We got to understand this t-shirt than merino.
Just what I've always
Like,
done.
what's the purpose, though?
I'm not the only one.
No, I can tell you what I do. I have a purpose for it, though.
It's just what I've always done, and I like it. Maybe it's just a t-shirt. GOHUNT t-shirts, like good luck. I don't know. I just want to have a t-shirt. I don't know why. I just want to have a t-shirt, my lucky t-shirt. And then this merino is just, I've always just had a merino long sleeve, nice thin one that just never comes off.
Mm-hmm.
There is definitely odor benefits to merino.
Disagree.
Well, you think it smells funky.
Like a wet dog.
Okay, that's when it's wet and it dries, but there is
There is definitely odor properties.
There's definitely odor.
Disagree.
benefits. Okay.
I'll disagree on the odor benefits.
Okay. 1 point me or you?
I just agree to disagree.
Draw. Okay.
It smells horrible.
Okay. And then I am now. Are you guys done?
No,
There's still a lot to uncover.
there's so much to uncover there.
What's there?
So I wear a t-shirt.
Oh, you
When I was a kid, I was on Accutane for over 12 months. And Accutane is a bitch of a drug. And it's killed so I chafe horribly underneath my armpits and on my
dries
legs
out your skin.
Because this part of my skin has never recovered to like be able to like manage itself. You know what I mean? Like the oil glands and all that right there. So I typically wear an XL t-shirt. When I hunt, I wear a large t-shirt because I need it tucked in tight right here so I have no rubbing skin to skin on my armpits and lats. Otherwise, I will chafe immediately.
That's why I do it too.
Okay. I bring an extra t-shirt because cotton doesn't dry, and I will switch them out as needed because that's what I have to do to be comfortable because my skin chafes so bad underneath my armpits from Accutane. It's been like that even since football. Back in football days, I had to wear a cotton t-shirt. So I wear a t-shirt, then I wear our approach hoodie, and then I wear either the Helio or the ambient, Sitka ambient.
So you're
Because
basically saying.
those two pieces are one and the same.
Okay, so you're saying I thought about doing. Maybe this is just habit. I don't know. I've just always hunted with a merino long sleeve, and I've always had a t-shirt.
And if you have a t-shirt, you got to bring an extra one. It's just part of the deal.
I usually do. So that.
It's just
that
something
and
I'm locked
baby
into.
wipes. I have a couple. Like I'm really hoping to be able to bring. It depends on how. I'm really worried about all this weight, which we can talk at the end on.
Some people have their cross to bear. Mine is it has to be cotton for me, but I have to bring an extra one because cotton gets wet and cotton kills.
I might go this and then a Helio. So I'm not. It's the first time I'm not taking a soft shell, which is.
I don't like soft shells.
That's a big step.
I know everybody
I
in the
approve.
office doesn't like soft shells. So we'll see. That's why I'm trying to figure out like my setup here. So I'm doing the Circlite instead of the soft shell. It is way more packable and way lighter. Warmth is probably actually pretty similar. Soft shells.
Yeah.
Soft
I would
shells
say that's
are
warmer
actually-
than a soft shell.
You think soft
Yeah,
shells
I do
are
like
actually
this.
sneakily not that warm?
No.
Like
It's very true. It's
I
just,
love the durability of them.
Durability.
You
You
can go
can-
through oak and it
you can
doesn't
lean
matter.
back in glass and not tear up your
It
down or
doesn't
whatever.
matter, right? Yeah.
That's why it's a shell.
This is
Soft
really nice
shell.
piece.
But this, so I'm taking this, which I'm stoked about, and so I'm thinking this is fine, and then obviously have down. But I don't know. So you think I should consider leaving this at home, going with the approach, Helio hoodie over?
I would choose the merino or the approach, one of those two, and I would do the Helio hoodie.
Then okay. That's
So you either hate the GOHUNT brand and don't want to wear ours, or
okay. No, that's valid. That's definitely on my maybe list. Need to take notes on that.
what do you go next to skin?
Either the Core Lightweight hoodie or I just started using that new Core Merino 120 hoodie.
Straight next to skin.
Straight next to skin.
Yeah, that's
I can do merino next to my skin, no problem.
on the upper body.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Down, must have down. I think Stone makes the bombest down ever. It's like 800 filled goose down. It's amazing. So this packs down into nothing. Grumman jacket, Grumman pants. I'll be interested to see how much I actually put the Grumman pants on. Like it's almost like a little bit of a lifeline. Part of like if it gets super, super cold, we were talking about, because I don't have a 0 degree, you can always do this.
I guarantee you use those so much more than you think.
You think?
The first hour of glassing every day, you will have those on. I'll bet you right now anything
Yeah.
you want.
Yeah. No, I believe you.
And it's going to be nice too, like non-insulated boot with that over top. Yeah, it's not going to warm your boot up, but I feel like it warms that little area above your
Section,
boot.
yeah.
So the heat might transfer down a
Yeah.
little bit.
Right.
That's my thought process when I've done it before.
M5 rain gear. I prefer the 5 over the 7. The 7's got the fleece. It's a little bit more burly, probably for truly late season. The M5 rain gear I think is really good. It's lighter, more packable, and does the job for me. When we were in Wyoming, I noticed that was my first time using rain gear a lot.
Mhm.
It didn't rain. It's because we were hunting out of snow.
Yeah, sitting in the snow.
If if you sit in wet snow, it's really nice to have this over your pants.
Yep. Walk me through your color choices.
Oh, I gotta match on the mountain. I gotta look good on the mountain.
So you're not going matching top and bottoms. You're breaking it up. So you have an opposite color choice in the Grumman top, and then the bottom pants, and then it flips for the grayer color top for the tan pants.
That's not on purpose. It just happened.
Okay, I was hoping there was a purpose.
Contrast, but it just.
I was hoping because they're opposite.
Yeah, no, I got you. It's just.
I'm in his head.
These are the
You are
only-
in his head. He's
All
going
right.
to start questioning how he's going to look better in which color combo.
Yes.
So I'm surprised you're not wearing your cute watch up there too.
Will you? I got my orange going beanie, my orange going hat. I'm running our new vest, which is actually adds a slight insulation kind of thing. 'Cause it's
I
a
would
little
think yes.
thicker.
It's a little thicker.
It's not like cheap. It's actually really nice. Good placement. I ran this on my antelope hunt. It's nice. Nice clip system.
Yep, adjustable.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. Gloves. So I'm probably gonna take this net gator. I don't know if I'll use it. You think you'll use it? I mean, it weighs like nothing, but.
Neck gaiters are honestly one of the things I used to use a lot. Then I kind of went away from them. And then I started going back a little bit. Now I've gone away from them again. Don't make a long story longer.
Okay.
Or short story longer.
Nothing though. It's like.
Yeah, I do enjoy them.
If you
Like
want-
on my really late season hunts that I do with my family, or I went to Tajikistan when I know it's really windy. I'm expecting
That's when
wind and
it's-
I'm glassing.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be very valuable to sit down and cover that up. Yeah, you can always zip up your jackets and zip up your down underneath there.
Gets
But you can put it
uncomfortable,
over your
though.
mouth and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and it's like it's nice.
When you do use just the jackets, it gets uncomfortable.
Yeah. So this is a maybe. I'm gonna do 2 glove systems. So I'm gonna do the what are these called again, Brady? This is their new
Putting me on
one.
the
It's actually
spot.
Super nice. They're
I
called
can't
the,
remember.
It's not their mitt. It's their new glove. It's not the mitten. It's the glove, but it's like super late season ish. And then they have these
Yeah, pull up those liners.
liners, which is dope, right? And then you can put that in there. It's almost like a snowboard ski
Yeah,
glove.
it's nice because you have the shell and you have the insulation on the inside. You can combo with other pieces too. You can put your thin weight ones in the
there,
shell a
yeah.
little bit, and you can cross
Yes.
depending on temperatures. Or if it starts raining or snowing, that's gonna be great for your hands as well.
Exactly. And what? Altimeter glove. So there's the altimeter mittens, and then there's altimeter gloves. I'm going to gloves. And then I'm gonna do. I always like to have a second pair, and I was trying to figure out if I should do like just merino liners or what. I'm going with these for like at camp when you're trying to break wood and stuff like that. Like
A working man's glove.
working man's glove. Let's see what else. Glassing pad. GOHUNT glassing pad. It weighs nothing. Just a little comfy. Use it at camp. Use it when you're glassing.
You use a glassing pad when you're glassing? That's weird.
Yeah, you can try it. You might find animals in there.
The more comfortable they are, the more animals you're gonna find.
It's just funny that he didn't lead with the GOHUNT glassing pad. He talked about the use case at camp and not glassing first.
I'm a big. If you've seen.
Big camp guy.
Yeah,
Big camp guy.
Gotta be comfy at camp.
Camp
Any
is a
questions,
bivvy
Tony?
and it gets pulled every morning and you move.
All right, the backpack setup. I just got this, so this is a new system that I'm getting used to so far. I like it. We were hiking with it the other day, and I like it a lot. It's the, what is this? I know it's 6900. Is Sky Talus? No.
It could be 6900.
Cody, look it up real quick, would you?
You're supposed to be prepared with all the
I
names.
just know,
That's
there's
the
so
hard
many-
part of these
there's
things.
So many names.
Yeah, that's the hard part
They're
of
trying
this.
to get me to fill out the Google sheet. It's overwhelming. 6900 those. I know it's the cubic inch 6900, and there's this.
Did you remember that because it's 69?
No,
You sure?
because I Sky Talus. I was right. Sky Talus
work.
6900. I will give a plug for a brand we do not carry.
I don't know if that's allowed.
It's not. Well, I'm gonna do it, and you can cut it. But I love this Kafaru rifle sling. It's like $20 or whatever. I've had it for years. Brandon actually got it for me. I think a couple of these brands have come out with new rifle slings, but like 4 or 5 years ago, there was like no good rifle sling. I think the system's great, so I've just kept it.
But why? Why do you like having your rifle?
Put that on silent, please.
Sorry.
Why do you like having a gun bearer system where the gun goes forward instead of on your backpack, or a different rifle system where it sits vertically on your back? You think it's just quicker to access your rifle? It's more comfortable for the rifle being in that position when you're hiking around?
Yeah, you're not in kill mode when you're hiking around?
No, in hiking mode, I'm in hiking mode. I don't tend to stumble on the deer and just shoot a little forky.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that to happen.
I know, right?
Well, not a forky, but like
Giant.
just,
Some on a
like,
giant.
walk on the
So
deer.
when I'm like packing in, the rifle will be in here. But when I want it a little bit more accessible, I still can hike really, really well with it. But it sits in this little back thing and it kind of leans forward.
Doesn't get in the way when you're hiking?
Not at all.
Trekking pole use?
No, it doesn't at all. That's the whole thing.
Because I've never used it. That's why I'm honestly asking the question. I'm not trying to
No,
throw
I've
anything.
used it this whole. I've had this thing for years.
It is
And
not
then
as comfortable just having it locked to the backpack. You just gotta be honest.
What?
It does kick your arm out. It's on your right
It
side.
really does.
Your right arm has to be kicked out a
It
little
doesn't.
further than normal.
It's
He has bigger biceps than you,
it's-
Lorenzo. Just admit it.
Oh yeah,
You haven't lifted for a while. I can kind of tell.
Deflating.
When was the last time you lifted? It's been forever.
deflating. Yeah.
It sits like right here. It does not bother me. Doesn't bother me. I love it. Doesn't bother me at all.
It's a plenty good. It's a very good option.
Okay.
But to say it's as comfortable as just locking it down in the
I don't think it can
backpack,
be.
I don't think you can say that.
Any features I should highlight?
I do have a thought. Okay, I see you have 2 giant Nalgene's, which I know you're going to touch on a little bit. Are your Nalgene's just going in your backpack? You don't have anything quick access to drink water, or are you running the hose all the way out? I guess I didn't see the hose until I mentioned the hose, but
I'm running the hose.
'cause I was running like a little hose, a
That's the other
little
thing
water bottle
where
holder on the side.
Usually these spots are taken. So
Yeah.
usually my Nalgene will be in one spot, my tripod will be in the other. Now, this right here is actually can be a really good spot for the tripod on the outside. And this is
Yeah.
I haven't had a backpack with one of these.
That's
So
a nice spot.
That opens up spots. So I might end up putting my rifle, like you guys were saying.
Inside.
because I can put my tripod here and my Nalgene here. So I'll play around with that a little bit. Questions, Cody?
Do you have the rainfly I let you borrow?
I do have the Rainfly. They're out of stock.
I know. I've been trying to get another one because that one has a hole in it.
Oh, you didn't tell me how to hold it.
No, it's a very minor hole.
I have one.
Really?
Yeah, shoot one.
Okay, I'll borrow yours then.
I'm
Yeah,
prepared, huh?
The Rainfly is in there.
I love how he completely goes off camera.
I'll completely off camera.
Like you could just drop it and tuck it underneath the table, but he goes off camera.
I gotta keep it nice.
He's staying organized
Yes.
while he's doing this.
Now we get into the good stuff. Let's knock off a couple easy ones here. First of all, trekking poles. I've had these forever. The sissy sticks. I've had a bunch of them. I think they're all good. They work for me. I don't know any like crazy features that I like. You know, the trekking pole's a little bit of a trekking pole for me.
Mm-hmm.
They're light, so these are good.
Let me see that trekking pole. I'll tell you a feature if it does or doesn't have. So these are not hollow on the inside. So if you come across a trickle spring, you will not be able to dig this into the underground water to create a better flow of stream because they're not hollow. They're filled.
Yeah, do you remember on Brandon and Nate's film last year?
So
Nate did that?
I do remember that.
sissy sticks are hollow, and there are some other ones that are hollow. But I do think having a trekking pole that is capable of becoming a little spit of a trickle,
That is interesting. I do have
These-
66. Maybe I'll run those instead.
these do not. So I don't know, like paying attention to water and water availability in the backcountry. That tube of a trekking pole can come in huge handy, like as seen in the film with Nate and Brando, and those ones are.
Did I
solid
see you guys
filled.
doing that in New Mexico and some of the clips
Yeah,
I
we
saw
did that
so far?
in New Mexico as well. And I have the Legacy Light poles, just the ones that I've had. But I checked with Omar, and Omar had the sissy stick, so I said,
So you're
"Perfect, you
good.
got the one that we can use."
Yep.
Okay, let's go knock off a couple of easy things. Carmen InReach. So I talked to my wife and kids. Shout out wife.
And kids,
And kids and daughters.
Don't forget that.
Where do you keep your inReach, by the way? Because I don't see you have a carabiner on there.
I do not. I keep it in the top lid of my backpack.
That'd be fun.
I
Really?
hike around with it. I don't leave it at camp. I have it on me.
I always keep mine on my vinyl harness. That's just why I'm asking. I don't know if it's right or wrong.
I hook mine to
So
the
that
top.
way, if I get disconnected from my backpack, or if I fall and my backpack someone comes undone and I'm hurt, it's on me
Mhm.
Jeez,
to do some rescue stuff if I needed to.
that's dark. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be for safety.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you want it to be on something that doesn't disconnect from
Because
it.
Because to me, it's more safety than messaging. 'Cause
100%, yeah.
But like, obviously, it's a really great feature to be able to message family and let them know you're okay. But like, just a big safety feature for me,
Okay.
especially hunting solo.
I don't think
It's like those old people SOS, like the button and you
Oh,
can't get
yeah.
up. It's one of those things.
Those
Like
funny
you need to have
commercials.
it on you.
I will think about that. Goal Zero, I think this is the 24. These are the small
Flip
ones.
24s.
Flip 24s, 2 of them, fully charged.
And I'm wildly impressed with those.
You said you got like 2 or 3.
Yeah, that's why you're using those, because I told you they were plenty good.
Yeah.
The 24s, I was going to go with the bigger ones, but I went with smaller ones. I'm very impressed with how much charge capability is in one of those.
I think they weigh like 4
Pretty light.
ounces or something. They're light.
Toss me one.
Yeah, these are sweet.
I've never actually held one in my hand. Oh, so you can actually charge it right from there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's
great.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, these things are, I was very impressed with the charge capability too.
I am not packing this, but I want to have my friend Scott pack this. I feel like it's always good to have a solar panel at camp,
Mm-hmm.
but I got the gun, so I'm gonna make good old Scotty pack this. Doesn't weigh much.
You know, it's something you really could drop very easily.
Well, he's gonna pack it, like I just said. He's packing this and then my spotter.
But like, what's the use case of that? What's the purpose?
I mean,
Ooh, we're
if-
gonna have to. Me and Lorenzo are not in agreement here.
It's only a 5-day hunt.
Yeah, but it's 8 total days of hunting. 5 days, the tag is good. We're hiking in.
He's doing some
3 days early,
pre-scouting
2 days early.
I don't know.
there. But here's the thing: he's also filmed hunt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can be running a lot of digiscope.
Mm-hmm.
You can be using your phone a lot.
Mhm.
You'll be recording bulls, 4K footage, that sort of thing. Brightness is going to be up on your phone. Battery's going to drain. You're going to start going through a lot more batteries because of the digiscoping. Doing a lot more. Probably you can be doing a lot of night hiking. I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
You probably have to charge some headlamps. Probably have to charge.
You a battery or
a
charge guy?
battery.
Okay, but you might be using your phone a lot then for some mapping stuff.
No, agreed. Like that.
Like you'd be using a lot of battery power.
Phone running out is a problem. for
Yeah.
many reasons. So,
And you do have multiple people, which is a benefit too. So if multiple people maybe had multiple charge packs, you might be able to get away with it. But it's the same thing as an inReach, backcountry peace of mind. You're leaving at camp every day just charging, and leaving one of these bricks maybe charged
Scott's
against
in
it.
shape. He can. What's this way?
Yeah,
ounces?
just another thing.
It's another thing.
It is.
And for his backpack for sure. Black diamond headlamp. I'm not like super passionate about. There's a couple things they have to have for me. Like I love the touch where it turns on.
Mm.
Got to have the dimmer.
You a big red light guy?
I'm not a big red light guy. It's nice to have though. This does have the red light guy. You a big red light guy?
Big red light guy.
What do you do with the red light?
I just don't want my animals to be able to see me, so I turn the red light on so they don't know I'm
Yeah.
coming to them or I'm leaving them.
Yeah.
Or on the ridge hiking in or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. This does have the red light.
I'm surprised you still use batteries.
Yeah. Like the charging aspect, this thing probably takes forever. Yeah, I would rather just pack in. So this has 3 batteries.
Do you have a backup headlamp?
Yes.
Is it also battery?
You thought you were
No.
gonna get me.
No, I'm asking, is it also battery?
That's good. I don't know. Let me check.
Oh nope,
No, that's a charge.
it's charged.
That's what my primary is charge and my backup is battery. Just in case. Just a little
I was
difference
just
there.
gonna have this fully charged. This is one we're prototyping for our stuff, Lorenzo.
Yes.
Super light, simple for the backup.
I'm proud of you for having a backup. Remember what happened on our Wyoming hunt?
Yep.
I'm hiking in the dark with no headlamp and using your phone.
That's not fun.
Not fun.
No one wants to be there.
And all our bricks were back at camp too. That was another problem. Make sure you always carry your brick on you.
Hey, shout out. That was the hardest pack out you've
That
ever
was
had.
that was a brutal one. I told you.
You said I've had nasty pack outs, Porter.
That was
This
bad.
is the worst I've ever had.
It was so steep and dark.
I love it. That made me feel better because that was horrible. But I didn't know
Do you remember what I told you on that pack out? All the little tracks of some animal I was seeing, and I didn't tell you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, all the grizzly tracks. I was just like swishing them in the ground.
You had Mather too, didn't you?
Yeah, I had Mather.
Yeah. Do not
Cameron
say a word.
Deathly afraid of bears.
And our
He's
headlamp.
afraid of black bears.
Yeah, two of the headlamps were dead. Like I think I had the only headlamp that was viable, and it was starting to blink as well.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard that story.
Oh yeah, I've heard that story. That's why you have the backup with batteries, just in case.
We're in the creek bottom. It's 1 a.m. We have meat on our backs from his deer. It's 1 a.m. Mather's headlamp's out. Mine's out. We're using our phones. 1 a.m. We're filling up our water. It's in this creek bottom. It's freezing cold.
So dark.
So dark. And I'll never forget. He looks at us. He's like, guys, like we're still pretty far from camp. You guys just want to post up here tonight? Mather and I look at each other. We're like, no, we don't. I've been around all night, but I'm not sitting right now.
I haven't volunteered to start the fire and keep the fire going. But the thing is, too, like we were at super light, and that's the problem. That morning, we're like, we're going to go super far to go kill an animal. So we did leave a lot of backups. We left the backup headlamps. We left the charge bricks.
Because you want to go light.
Just that dumb thought that you have in your head that you instantly regret later on.
Mm-hmm.
That is an underrated thing.
One is none is two and one.
You think because everything's at camp, that's fine. But when you leave that morning, you might not come back till another.
So I just pull full camp every day. End up where you end up.
Baby mode.
Baby mode.
I am doing. So I'm gonna do our ammo wallet, and I'm gonna do 10 rounds, and I'm gonna have 3 in the magazine. Now, or I might take a couple. Like I really don't think I need more than 13. Knock on wood.
How many rounds do you take, Lorenzo?
So I'm a fan of the bullets do the killing, right? And it's like the failure process. So if you go through the failure process, you fall on your gun, you have to re-sight it in. You don't want to hike all the way back out to the truck, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. I am a fan of having a full ammo wallet, and then I keep 3, however many will fit in that side pocket of my bino harness. Then I put a couple in my top lid, and then I usually have 1 in my pocket. And it's just like it's a system for me. If I drop everything, or if I'm using my bino harness for a backrest when I'm shooting, I have that 1 in my pocket. It's like I know where the next bullet is coming from. If I'm separated from my bag, if I'm separated from the ammo wallet, it's like it's a whole thing.
It does make sense.
And the bullets do the killing.
Weight, though.
There's a lot of weight in ammo.
That's a lot of weight in ammo.
But that's the weight. That's what's doing the killing. Like that's what you're there for.
It's true.
That's like Brady saying his gun's a lot of weight. No, that's what he's there for. That's what does
the
what he's
purpose
there
is killing.
for.
That's why the weapon's heavy. Yeah. It kills.
And look, do I use every bullet on me? I don't think I've ever in my entire life, even when I was 12 and like losing my mind on buck fever, I don't think I've ever used every bullet. Right. But it's just nice to like, you have a system. If you're disconnected from your backpack, then your bino harness, if you're disconnected from both of those, 1 in your pocket in the magazine.
And then let's throw another dark thing on there. What if you get injured and you need to go Rambo and pop that bullet off and cauterize that sucker?
There you go.
I mean, I saw it on TV. It's got to be real.
It's got to be real. Got to be real.
Dump that powder, light that thing, cauterize.
I'm not going to take more than 13, but I might take a couple out of there.
13, you can't bring 13. That's a weird number. Can't bring that many bullets.
He did go right to 13.
That's a weird number.
That's a bad number. But there's 10 and 3 in the magazine. But
that's why you put 1 in your pocket, 1 in your bino harness.
Yeah. I do like having 1 in each pocket. I don't like 2 because they make noise.
Yeah, you can't ever have them do that. I always just have 1 in my right pocket.
1 in each pocket with 3 in the magazine. You're ready to.
You're ready to go.
In case that's not near you. So anyway, I spent a lot of time on stoves. I asked a lot of detailed questions to a lot of people in the office. I had Paul in our showroom with the scale out. I was geeking out about stoves. Cody, behind the camera over here on our antelope hunt, had the Optimus system, which was pretty badass. I looked at that. I looked at the stash system. Is this the stash or flash?
Stash.
Stash, right? Yeah. The stash, and then I looked at our GOHUNT setup. I ended up going with this one. It was really close. It ended up coming down to our GOHUNT system with the pocket rocket, and I ended up going with this because I was worried. I drink a lot of coffee. From a weight perspective, ours was 3 ounces lighter. So it was like, splitting hairs a little bit.
You dropped 15 degrees on a sleeping bag for 5 ounces.
Yeah, so
I'm just trying to understand the dilemma here. If you're willing to drop that in a late season hunt for 5 ounces.
I was worried about canisters. So I really don't want to take more than 2 4s.
And the nice thing is with that system, it does boil water really fast because it's all like that flux ring on the bottom
This right
does make it
here,
go faster.
Ours doesn't have it. So ours takes probably maybe double the time to heat up the water. 50% more. It definitely takes
Maybe 50%.
It honestly takes more.
50% longer. Now, packability, the big pros I saw. So it was 3 ounces lighter. Packability was way better.
Simplicity.
And I'm going to be looking like a knucklehead or feeling like an idiot drinking coffee like this.
And that one.
Yeah, that GOHUNT mug is sweet.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But I was worried that 2 4-ounce cans wasn't going to be enough. Because I'm doing coffee maybe a couple times a day. I love me some coffee.
You're packing your stove while you're hunting.
Yes, absolutely. Like, that's like survival. It's like 2 things.
So that's 3 ounces less
Yeah.
every single day.
What?
It's 3 ounces less every single day if that's never leaving your backpack.
Okay, that's valid. But I ended up just going with this system. I like the lighter in it. I like the can in there. Now, it is bigger. It is bigger. It was close. It was a close tie, though. It
You
was close.
also have one more thing in there, inside of it,
Got my little...
which is another cool feature about it. You can
It's such a cute little function right there.
Isn't it cute?
open it up.
Oh, you were joking?
Yeah.
Open it up.
The lighter?
Yeah.
Gotta have the little lighter.
I don't think they could see it. That's why I wanted to want you to open it, but you can put it on top.
So the can, I'm all about like things being real tight. I don't like movement. This thing snaps right into this lid, and then on top of that, you got this lighter.
Yeah, because that's a feature I don't think a lot of people know you could do.
Oh yeah, it's sweet. And so this snaps, and then you're telling me.
Oh my gosh, here we go again.
I might.
It's unbelievable.
I
Chuck
might
that.
leave this at home. I might. But you know, they got the whole system.
Literally, those things are just filling up our landfill because they're pointless.
I don't know.
They serve no purpose.
You don't think at all?
I'd rather save the world than not have
Can
those be
snaps in
sold.
there are kind of nice. It's kind of nice.
You like the
not-
snap sound? Is that why?
It's not really needed.
I mean, the can also just sits on the ground.
Okay. Brady's been giving me so much shit. You see that? I just did it. Are you proud of me?
Yes. That's 5 points, Porter.
Really?
That's a big one.
He's the whole
We battled the whole
the
stove
whole
video.
time when we were doing this with Paul.
Like,
when you were
what
in
are the-
Mexico, he was so.
What is the purpose of that? Like, why?
I love how the can snaps on the legs. It just feels very durable.
I like taking the can and going, digging a flat
Yes.
spot, and I know it's flat.
Yes. What stove are you using?
I use that.
You use that one?
Alaska, I took the GOHUNT one, and I wish I had that because I miss being able to render down fat and cook in it. The GOHUNT one's a little bit harder because it's a little bit skinnier, and so you have to dig down in there. Where that has a bigger surface area, and it actually heats up faster, and so you can go to lower temperature for a
Are you
little
going
bit
to be
easier.
rendering fat?
That was That was
You are.
that was the number one thing about the Optimus is it has a fry pan. I mean, the thing, it's bigger. It's only like 4 ounces heavy or whatever. It's way bigger, and it is legit fry pan. Like medallions, you're just.
And that sucker does boil water fast, from
Fast.
you guys said.
Cody was making coffee on our antelope hunt. I mean, that thing.
First of all, if you're
fast.
boiling water to make coffee, you're doing it wrong. You can't drink boiling water. You're just trying to get the water hot. It doesn't need to be boiling.
Do you want Giardia, Lorenzo?
Pro tip.
Well, you put
already-
clean water,
Yeah.
treated clean water in it.
Okay,
And by the
I'm
way,
just trying to make sure
and
the
by the way,
audience knows.
hold on. If he's worried about fuel consumption, he's going to boil water for 3 minutes at
No,
a time.
that's a
So you
pro
have
tip.
2 minutes of
gotta be-
heat up, then 3 minutes of boil. That's 5 minutes of fuel time. You're putting clean water in there.
Yep.
And if you're boiling water for coffee, you're doing it wrong.
1 point, Lorenzo.
You're going to have to wait 20 minutes to drink it. Huh? Correct. Heating up water. You don't need to boil it. Boiling doesn't. You just want it warm. You just want it hot.
And you two are probably gonna make fun of me, but I don't care. First of all, the GOHUNT spork. I mean, a spork's a spork, but this thing's actually pretty sweet.
If you're eating freeze-dried meals, you need a spork. Have to.
Yes.
Better than a spoon?
I don't eat them, so I want to be able to answer that. But the thought process of like chicken and pesto to be able to stab the chicken, I don't know. There's just a thought.
Yeah, I think spork for sure. What's the benefit of a spoon the spork doesn't give you?
The only thing I can think of is there's those little tiny bits of food in the bottom of the bags that are sometimes really hard to get with a spork. And I like every single piece of calorie because I don't take a lot to begin with, so I need that last little bit.
No, that is very Brady.
that's a
just
Brady
saying.
comment.
But I am packing it like this because I always lose my spork.
Okay.
So, do you have any comments?
I would love to know what all your extra bags weigh.
Oh, so you're gonna give me shit because you take your sleeping bag and you just stuff it in your backpack, but you're okay with me taking it?
No, if you're dropping 15 degrees in a sleeping bag for 5 ounces, like what does all this other stuff add up to?
Ounces equals pounds, and pounds
Correct.
equals pain.
Correct.
This is
You could be less weight with a 0 degree bag.
This is a Lorenzo special. Getting into water. It's the first time not taking a bladder.
Can we do a slow clap for that? I'm really impressed.
I saw you getting prepared for. It was actually your gearless video for New Mexico, and I was like, God, that looks badass. And then we hiked the other day with this, and I loved it. So it's clean, simple. We were out of stock of these, and actually, if we get them back in stock, I'm gonna run 2 of these because it's 4 ounces lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lightweight one.
That was a real personal moment for me because I can't stand the way it looks. It looks so weird to have a hose coming over your shoulder. It's like, I don't know, it's just a weird thing. And then it can get in the way and it flops around. But I will not drink if it's not readily available. Like I'll just keep hunting. And if it's not like Omar had to keep asking, hey, will you pull my water? So I'd pull his water and hand it to him. I don't know, for whatever reason, I'm too stubborn and I don't do that. So if I don't have a hose, like I'm just not going to drink. And then I'll screw myself for the rest of the day.
That's a good point because I am stubborn, and even though I was asking him earlier where he keeps his Nalgene, I totally didn't see the hose, but I always have it on the little holster thing on the
That
side.
holster, yeah.
And I do find myself not wanting to grab it because it takes so long to grab it, pull it out, put
Get
it
it
back
back
on there,
in.
and then everyone else I'm hunting with is already like, oh, I've already drank my water. They're already starting to hike again.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I don't
on.
like the hose. I mean, if there was like some magical way to deliver water to my mouth without a hose, it'd be amazing.
Why is the hose doesn't bother me at all?
I don't know. It just looks weird. I don't know.
Who cares?
Feel like
Like,
you know what I mean?
you
It
run it-
just feels weird.
You run it up through the loop and then you clip it.
Yeah, but
and
it's just like
right there.
the look of it. It looks so like granola. Looks so.
Have you heard Campos runs 2 of these?
Yeah, he runs one off
One
of
on
both
each side?
One
shoulders.
in like his Mountain
He's got one with caffeine
or
and
something.
one with water.
isn't that like the little beer hats? So you have like
Yes.
2 beer cans and it comes
Yes.
down in one?
He's a big proponent.
2,
Double
wow.
system. I don't have my stereo pin.
Can we do a video with Campos on that? Because I want to see
It's
that.
so funny. When he was telling us the story, I'm like, wait, what?
And then we can just
It's like, yeah, if I need a hit of caffeine, I hit this one.
Like,
If I
so
need
he
water, I
literally-
hit
so
this one.
He literally has 2 hoses coming out on the top right here.
Yes.
One for here and one for
Yeah.
different
And
stuff.
he knows,
Wow.
like mentally, he knows, like, am I going for a hit of caffeine or am I going for a hit of water? And like that's what he does.
Is he onto something?
No,
Like
I don't
that's a
think
trend,
so.
like a trend that should start.
I do not think he's onto something.
I don't,
I'd
either,
love
I
to
don't
talk
either,
to
but I
him.
kind of want it to in a weird way. To
I would love to talk to him
I
about
want to
this.
see him do it.
Campos, man, this guy's full of tricks.
I'm
Tricks,
not bringing
man.
a filter.
Okay, so you are bringing a stereo pen.
We would probably have one filter at camp, but I am gonna just pack the stereo pen. And
The ultralight one or the bigger one?
Ooh, which one you gave me one?
The Classic 3.
Let's do the bigger one.
Yeah, it's just quicker, faster,
It's just reliable.
better. Yeah, more reliable.
So
I would highly suggest bringing Aquamira drops though as well.
you think?
That's what I would do.
Do you want me to throw a reason right behind this real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I brought just a stereo pen to Alaska. All right. Right when I was leaving civilization, I had my Aquamira drops and I had my stereo pen. I was like, stereo pen's always been great. I don't need my Aquamira. Left my Aquamira. Literally 3 days into the hunt, my stereo pen broke.
I don't
I had
one,
2 years of use on it. It broke, so I had to borrow their stereo pens the whole entire time. I always keep Aquamira on me at all times. I decided not to bring it to save some weight, which was kind of dumb.
They weighed nothing.
We had a base camp too.
I think they
Could've
weigh 1.5 ounces total.
Yeah. I get my stereo pen would blink, but the lightsaber
Wouldn't go off?
lightsaber on the bottom would
Yeah.
not go off.
1 is none and 2 is 1.
Yeah.
So like to only have one thing
Yeah.
to purify water.
That's a good tip.
And
Now-
2, the other thing, you guys like it's a different style than the bivy style, but like on my elk hunt, I would fill a liter and just put the Aquamira drops, and that's done. And then I would fill a liter and stereo pin it, and then go. And I didn't have to wait the next 5 minutes to stereo pin this one too, because this one is purifying while I'm going with the drops in it. Make sense?
Yes.
So it's
Yeah.
like it's just a little quicker.
So would you?
That makes sense.
It does make
Makes
sense.
total sense. So Is there a reason I would want to take the traditional Nalgene size because I think that's the 90 seconds? Or do I just need to calculate, I can do this, but I just have to do more?
If you're doing SteriPen, then you need the 32-ounce orange one.
Yeah,
I do believe that's a
Yeah.
very true statement because it does say on there it treats 1
1
liter,
liter.
of water.
Yeah.
So I think if you try to do that, it'll
And that
say
one,
it's
you're
good.
not going to be able to get it like deep enough to the bottom, the lightsaber deep enough to the bottom. That's why I bring that and the 30, the smaller one. It's because the smaller one's for the SteriPen and the bigger one's for the Aquamirror drops.
Oh, so you're not doing this and then pouring it in there?
I mean, you could. If you had the smaller 32-ounce one, you could
Yeah.
do that and then pour it in there. It's just, it all depends on what you want your system to be.
Okay, so I'll take the 32 ounce. Do you think I should take the 2 of these and the 32 ounce, or just that and just 32 ounce? It doesn't feel like
I don't know how much,
I drink a lot of water.
and I don't know how much water availability there is where you're going. That's usually what dictates
Mhm.
that. But like where I was, there's springs and there's creeks and water, and like it wasn't a thing. I mean, it was a little bit of a thing, but not like one to worry about or like have to pack water in because we knew we were crossing a creek at some point or a wallow or something. But like what I would do is the Aquamirror drops, the 5 minutes, let them react. During that 5 minutes, I would SteriPen. And so when the SteriPen is done, the drops are done reacting. And then I would have the liter of water ready to go. I'd dump the Aquamirror drops in the next liter and go. So I don't have to do it twice.
Got it.
Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, so I'm definitely gonna bring those. GOHUNT game bags. These are the deer ones. I gotta.
And anything that is able to break, I would bring a backup.
It's very,
Like
very true
hunting,
statement.
we're not the nicest to our gear. And you'd never know if that little lightsaber is going to break or
Especially when you
something.
throw in the elements and
Yeah.
like SteriPen doesn't need to be warmed up. So you have to keep it in a sleeping bag when you're sleeping at
Oh
night.
yeah, yeah. How many batteries is in there?
4
4. AAA.
double A.
Double
It's double A?
4 double A in the Classic 3.
Wow. That's why I use the ultralight one.
Our GOHUNT game bags, we're biased, obviously, but we think they're pretty damn bomb. I mean, we did custom designed them. I like these handles a lot. We use them on the antelope hunt,
Mm-hmm.
but they were awesome. I need to change out. This is more of a deer setup. I got to change it more of an elk setup. But I'll take these and my little pouch here. This isn't final. I'll take less than this. I'll actually take the little tin. I have it at home, but the Pyro Putty is a must. A backup headlamp. Paracord. I think paracord's.
Big fan of
Hey,
paracord.
you were asking me why I take paracord. I love paracord.
Asking just that much extra. I was asking what your use case for it was.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll take this much, but I use it a lot hanging at meat.
Hanging at meat. There are some times when I've had a shoelace, or I guess it's a
I've
bootlace break,
replaced shoelaces with it.
and I had to use that before.
Guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of cases. I feel like we used it in Wyoming. Brandon and I did. Anyway, paracord.
Those game bags have paracord in them at the top, though.
It's true.
Oh, look at you. That's a dang good thing to remember.
They do
always
have
from-
them in the top.
That
Right
is
there.
True. Right here.
Yeah, you could cut that out.
That's a good point. Anyway, I'll take some paracord. I don't know about that much. Usually take one pair of gloves. I'm not sure exactly which knife I'm going to take yet. I do like a little bit bigger for elk. I'll probably take this one. I don't know which exact one this is. Do you guys know? It's a Havilon.
Edge?
I
That's
don't know.
that's the bigger Havilon.
I think that's the
Bigger
edge. Pronto edge.
Havilon.
I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of Havilon on elk.
Really?
Very much so.
Why?
The blades are really flimsy, and they don't have a lot of surface area.
Where would you go?
I do the 3.5 outdoor edge. I think I think you got to go outdoor edge or even a fixed blade if you weren't going to do the outdoor edge.
Because the outdoor edge protects the blade a little bit more, so it is a little bit stronger.
It has those
This
sheaths on
sheath
each
thing.
side,
Yeah.
and the blade itself is a lot more stable. It's a lot thicker.
I might switch it. I mean, yeah, elk. So yeah, knife is definitely something I'm still considering. I
And then
have
like
my
elk
budget.
too. I mean, elk are just bigger, man. Hides are bigger, all that stuff, and then you start digging in the atlas joint to pop the head off.
Have you already
Havilons
determined?
are just terrible for that.
100%.
You've already determined how many blades you're going to take if you're going to take a replaceable?
Yeah.
Because that's something forget a lot, and I'm like, crap, I gotta go buy a bunch of blades.
I mean, we have one tag. I'll probably take
Yeah, you got enough.
4. I mean, I don't mess around with blades. I like a fresh new blade, especially on elk. I mean, they're just so.
That's why I would do the outdoor edge, 3.5.
Tag holder,
One blade took care of Omar's entire bowl.
electric tape, heavy, but gosh, when you need it, you need it.
It's good for wrapping your muzzle. It's good for
Electrical tape
random
is
things.
electrical tape is the Swiss Army knife in the backcountry. I've fixed bow parts. I've fixed tent carbon poles.
Yep.
I've fixed.
Your leg that one year?
I fixed my leg that one year. Used it for support on my leg. We've used it for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's literally like the backcountry Swiss Army knife. You got to have a roll
This
of.
is the, this is it right here.
That's the smaller one though. I like the 3.5 for elk.
Really?
Mm.
No, 3.5.
Is that the 3.5? Oh, that is 3.5.
Yeah, I'll probably just take this.
Looks like it's been used, Porter. My man.
Pull out, baby.
Used and not cleaned. Not cleaned since last year.
Here's my knives. Batteries, backup lighter, cords. Anything jumping out? This is definitely one area I'm still tinkering with. What am I missing?
Got a lot of extra in there.
All right.
No, I got to trim it down, but
You're missing one giant area here. Do you know it yet, Lorenzo?
I think I know what you're going to say. And I
Do you
think
get-
it's something he's been stressed about for a while.
first aid?
Yeah, you don't have any first aid. No med kit.
Your naval pack.
All right, make the Wyoming boy work harder.
There's so many good options, though, that are so light.
I know, but
I've been known to be very bad on a med kit. So I'm saying it now because I upped my game this year. I used to carry like 3 Band-Aids and some gauze, and that was kind of it.
That's pretty light.
Yeah. I had a not a staple, what do you call them? Yeah, a little suture kit thing.
You did carry that in? That's good. That's at least good.
Yeah.
What do you have now, though? What'd you up your game to?
There's the Stealthy Hunter med kit. Has everything in it. Splints, anything I need.
there's a lot in that one.
Yeah.
I just use
Medication has
the
in there.
Uncharted supply, the core, it's 6 ounces. It's got enough. And then I add a little bit more to it. Like I add Quick Clot to it. I
Yeah.
added some
In the
other
last
stuff to
10
it.
years, how many times have you used something from one of those?
0,
Not a
but that's
lot.
not the way to think about that.
Definitely not the way to think about it.
Just saying.
I've been on some hunts before where a friend had cut his finger to literally the bone with a Havalon.
That'll happen.
Yeah.
That's
so-
not the way you think about that, though. That's not one of those ones you say, how many times do I use this? Never, so I'm going to take it out of my bag.
Yeah.
That's like what you should be doing with some of this, a lot of this other stuff that you have.
And I wouldn't take
Like
stuff.
what? What's so optional?
I wouldn't say optional. I would just say ways to trim size and weight.
You think trimming the guidelines on my tent is worth it? The effort?
Wait, trimming them?
Yeah, cutting them down.
No.
No, because when you get out in the field, you're going to have a different length of
It's a weird terrain. There might be a
Yeah.
rock in the way. You have to make it longer.
Longer or
Long,
shorter.
long.
It does. But I think they're kind of nice.
All right, so first aid kit I need. I'm gonna get my pin, my pills. Okay, so I think that only leaves just a couple fun items left. Okay, this is not my whole food kit, but a couple things that I'm very passionate about. First of all,
pesto porter.
I'm a pesto fan. I might take literally 7 of just the pesto chicken.
And just one day of something different.
I'm not gonna claim food king here like I am the boot king and the undie king, but I am versed on food. And this is by far,
You're versed on fun food,
yes,
not fuel food.
these are by far the best freeze dried in my opinion. And this is no paid, Peak's not paying me anything. I just think these things are bomb.
They're pretty good.
Bomb. You guys will hate on me on this, and I know you will.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. There's nothing better to me than a little ramen at about 11 a.m. before or after my little cup of coffee. You know, the elk are bedded down, sun's up a little bit, it's cold.
They're redding, they're not bedded down.
This isn't going to be a peak rut, but
Maybe it's pretty late this year.
Brandon and I on our third season. Deer
Pretty
hunt,
late this year.
You cook up a couple things of noodles. It's just a nice luxury. Now,
Clay Hill told me that elk just started bugling, like just started.
Really, and that's. I could definitely get some activity, better than 50% chance.
Just saying.
But anyway, whatever. There will be a time where this will be well enjoyed in the mountains. The calorie to weight ratio is not great.
Not great
Let
at
me see.
all.
Let me see what
It's
it is.
3 ounces. I'm going to take a couple.
For 370 calories.
I'm going to take a couple. I just think they're so tasty. The hot water, it's like something to do. Remember when we were with Mather? We made a
Yeah,
bunch of
we made some of that.
We had llamas that.
So you're boiling twice a day with that and a peak refuel.
3.
And you're heating water
Oh, yeah, boiling heating.
again for coffee.
I'm not doing this every day. This is a little treat. This is on a couple special days.
Okay. All right.
This is a new item that you are convincing me to do. So I'm going to listen to you, and I'm going to take 2 of these a day. Is that enough?
No,
I'll let you describe what these are.
they are not enough.
Apex has them. Mountain Ops has them. What are they? These are hydrators?
It's just you know. What's
Sodium replacements?
No, so they're no.
Supplements?
No. Sodium, potassium, magnesium. What are they called? Electrolytes. Sorry. Went
I
blank
didn't
there
know where
for
you
a
were
second.
going there.
It's just electrolytes. Replenishment of electrolytes.
Another reason why the bladder system isn't great for these, right? So you just pour these in. We
Yeah.
were hiking the other day using these. Seems to make sense. I'll take. How many do I need a day?
It depends on how much time you're planning on sweating a day. But I would say at least 1,000 milligrams of sodium in just pure supplement. I would do a lot more, but 1,000 would
How many you want me to take a day?
probably 4 a day.
Guys always makes me do math.
Probably
4
4
a day?
Probably 4 a day.
Feels
2
like
in the
a lot-
morning,
lot
2 in
of
the
weight.
afternoon.
What is that?
Oh,
weight?
now you're starting to add some weight here.
2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon.
Maybe you could save weight by opening all these up and dumping them in a Ziploc bag and then just guessing them with your spork.
Stop it. No. What? I have not weighed my pack. What is your guys' guess? Now keep in mind, no spotter. That's 3.5
And you're not
pounds.
carrying a solar panel.
Not doing the solar panel. Now, food for easy math, let's just say
2 pounds a
2
day.
pounds a day.
And I bet you'll be over that, but 2 pounds a day. So that's 16 pounds.
Am I going to be sub 65 pounds?
I think it'll be sub 65.
I don't know if you'll be sub 65. How much did your rifle weigh?
Oh, we including that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, you're going to be over 65.
Really?
How much does your rifle weigh?
It's at least 10 to 12.
Is it that?
I think it's got to be 10.
You say 10 for easy math. You're gonna be
Yeah.
you're gonna be 20. Call it 20. We'll go on the lighter side. We'll go 20 in gear. You'll be 10 in rifle. That's 30. You'll be 16 in food. That's 46. You'll be 6 in water.
Pound in ammo.
You'd be a pound in ammo.
That's heavy. Maybe
You're gonna be up. You're gonna be up there.
You do shoot good.
I would not consider this a lightweight setup.
No?
No, definitely not.
But you really can't, I don't think, go super lightweight when it's a late season hunt.
Thank you very much.
You do need the insulation layers.
I just want to point out one thing. He's going to be 60 plus pounds, a 15-degree bag, and no stove. That's an odd
It's
an odd thought for me. Just saying. It's an odd thought for me to be that heavy. That heavy. Is it not a 0-degree bag in a late season hunt, which at very high elevation, so we'll consider it late season hunt. And no stove.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be able to save some weight if he ditched the 2-person, went with the teepee setup, had someone else carry a stove, and then
Correct.
you all had a stove.
And then if you went the Xtherm sleeping pad instead of that one with a 0-degree bag, you'd probably level out at the same weight.
That pad is heavy.
So you
I'm
all,
just saying, there's a lot of room to gain the places that you're concerned about and not add any weight. Oh gosh.
but everything else though is clothes though. You pretty much is dialed on clothes if you can figure out his t-shirt merino approach situation.
Should I answer this? This is one of the calls I've been waiting on.
Probably should. Could be good news.
Hello?
Did you do this in a podcast?
Do you have any news for me? I'm on a live gear review right now, but I wanted to answer this in case you have news for me.
I was just gonna tell you about that bull. They just brought it up.
Ah, shit.
But you can call me later. They crossed the highway in front of them. That's how they shot it.
That's how they killed that bull?
They had no idea it was there.
That's awesome. Good for them. Your dad has no news though?
He just texted me and said nothing.
I've been on pins and needles, man. I'm just waiting for a text message every time my phone goes off. I'll call you back when I'm done with this.
All right, later.
So, yeah. My uncle's finally drew his deer tag in Utah, and
Such
a lot of points. And there's a big deer.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's spots I can cut, but I mean, I don't want. 10,000 feet in the middle of October. We'll have lows of 20 to 25.
Well, crazy thing in the high country Colorado, I mean, it could be 55 and it could be 5. That's the hard part. Is
5
like
would be a problem.
you don't know what's going to come in. Remember 2 years ago, second season Colorado, 2 years ago? Holy shit. There's like 2 feet of snow.
Yeah.
This is a little earlier than that, but still.
I mean, pretty much on that
2
same
weeks.
track.
Yeah.
You never know.
For the most part though, I do think you have a pretty good kit.
I think you have a great kit overall.
Because I know the things that you enjoy in a hunt, you have a lot of those things. You have a lot of things that's going to help you glass comfortably. You're good on optics. You need some of the optics you have. I mean, yeah, someone could say you could cut your spotter, but like it's a good bull tag and you want to really look at the bull, digiscope it, look at it at camp every night, try to figure out what you're looking at. You know, the sleeping pad is a heavy one, but I understand it is insulated and you don't have a stove, so that's balancing there. But you do have down pants that you can put on if you're cold. You do have your other leggings you could put on if you're cold.
That other pad is insulated though too, just not as much.
Yeah, not as much.
The pad is what makes me comfortable with 15 degree versus 0 degree. I looked at the one person too. It's just, it's 5 ounces. It's not that much lighter.
And like I said, you're able to store a lot of your gear in there, which is great. So your gear's not going to be in your vestibule. It'll be able to be inside your shelter. So like that warm from your body could potentially warm some of it up. Probably won't get a lot of condensation. It all kind of comes down to what he's actually packing for his food. That's a make or break on weight.
That's why you're going to be over 2 pounds a day.
I love to have some good food. It's like entertainment back there.
Yeah.
A couple treats.
What is it, Brady?
Food is fuel, not fun, Porter.
It's your philosophy. That's not mine.
You can have fun 350 days a year, but for a couple weeks when you're going hunting, you can't.
I just have a different strategy. At 11 in the morning, when we had a crappy morning, we hiked our you-know-what off, and you're kind of bummed out. Get a little top ramen, maybe a little Cholula in there, a couple coffee, and you look up in the sky like, life could be worse. And it'll cheers you up.
I have to. I'm going to throw another Lord of the Rings reference in here. He is like a hobbit, and like they eat all the time. Second breakfast.
Second breakfast.
Third breakfast.
That's when Kevin starts eating with pregnant Pam.
Yeah,
Pregnant Pam's the best. First
the
breakfast,
best.
second breakfast, first snack, second snack.
I don't know.
He has them all timed out. Like,
I don't watch these TV shows. But thank you for the commentary, gentlemen.
I'm excited for your hunt. I honestly can't wait to hear about it.